Yeah, I never went live.
Oh.
Now we are, though. I was wondering why it wasn't happening. Well, I'm everywhere else.
Hey, everybody.
We are live now, though. So, 26 minutes later.
26 minutes later, I have read everything in the chat, asked you guys questions, thought you were ignoring me. I was starting to get mad. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody's problem tonight? And I'm like, I happen to get on Instagram, look at my phone, and Pickle has messaged me. It's like, hey, I'm just checking up on you guys. It's weird and everything. And I'm like, are we not streaming?
Nope.
No, motherfucker. You're not streaming.
I was streaming on my side. Just didn't hit go live. Did everything else. Even did the intro.
We're all sitting over here. I'm just like blah 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 and so on and so forth. And Yakety Yak went and did this. And went and did this and that. I was like talking about what the fuck was happening, trying to keep things going because Travis was trying to figure something else out on his end the way he's doing. But I thought he clicked everything to stream and said, "Are you ready to go live?" And I was like, "Yeah, I totally."
We even did a full intro and everything.
So hi everybody. I'll say hi to everybody. I had Sophie in the chat and Walter in the chat. Pickle is with us. Robbie's with us. Daz was or is with us. I don't know. Robert's with us. Oh, Marshmallow's with us. And Chris now is in the chat. Harley's with us. Hey guys.
All right. Well, anyways,
how you doing?
Back to the wrestling that we've been calling the whole time, but now people are here to watch it. Anyways, Ford's in there with Theory, and this is not for the title. So is he going to beat Ford too? Because I feel like they're pushing Ford to be a single star.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, they're kind of making him look really good, like, for a singles wrestler, but they're so close to WrestleMania. Are they going to make Ford look good? Or are they going to,
I think Theory has to win, but he'll probably end with some sort of cheating.
Maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, Sophie, Travis was talking about the Owens and Zayn stuff earlier because the Owens and Zayn were out there and the Usos showed up. They had a little yakety yak at each other and they weren't going to defend the titles at WrestleMania. They weren't going to get a chance at them. And then Jay said, oh, hell no, they're going to get a chance. And so they set up a thing and they made it official. Somebody threw a chair and all that stuff. And then in the back, Solo Sikoa got out of a SUV and then, of course, opened the door and Roman Reigns stepped out. So he's there. And all that stuff. And now we're in an actual match that's been happening for about 10 minutes now.
Yeah, to it. Theory just gets that shoulder up.
Austin Theory
Dawkins did lose to Austin Theory in a match last week.
Yeah.
And now it's Ford's turn.
And so I was debating if Montez Ford was actually going to lose to him, but since they're so close to WrestleMania and they're trying to, like, build up Austin, are they going to make him lose or, you know, or whatever. So there's that. And Robert, WrestleMania hasn't happened yet, friend. It doesn't happen until, you know, April.
We had that conversation with you, too.
Yeah. We had lots of conversations. A lot of them. I asked you guys how your weekend was. How was the start of your week or the end of it or whatever. I asked a lot of things happened.
We were on for 26 minutes.
Of me thinking everything was working. Going quite well.
And I'm like, why is there nobody chatting?
And I'm like, and I'd read the chat, but there's nobody there, so that didn't help me. Anyways, as we came on at 6:26, Robbie's like, oh, hey. So it was like, hi, wow, look who's showing up late. Oh my God, Sophie, like, we were totally here the whole time. We just didn't realize we didn't have to go live. So, like, there's that. Robbie's like, it's all default. And Pickle's like, I'm pissed. Chris says, hey guys, and Harley says, what's up everybody? Robbie says, D, you mofo. I didn't do shit, dude. I just sit here. Travis presses all the buttons.
He beat him clean.
He did. So Ford lost. So they did make him lose. And of course, because he's supposed to be a bad guy. So I guess that's how you do it.
Austin Theory beats Ford clean. So I guess they're not too high on Ford.
So he's like, I thought you guys were coming on late on purpose. No, actually, we were here maybe a couple minutes past 6, but we were here talking.
We came, and then the Usos came down to the ring, so we were like 4 minutes late. But still, I mean, not 26.
Yeah, we were here the whole time. You just didn't know it. People's like, okay, we're back. Walter says, good Raw theory will lose. And people's like, April Fool's came early. Sophie says, we were getting Zayn Owens versus the Usos at Mania. Yeah, we talked about that too. Travis said, yeah, I predicted that back in January.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
We had a whole conversation about that comment too.
Yeah, we've known about that since January.
He didn't believe in me, he says. Robbie's like, it's always that F's this shit up. Sophie says that opening segment was perfect. Andy Kaufman is the third Hall of Fame inductee. Piccolo says, oh, okay, once again, happy B-Day to the Stinger. Yes, and it is Sting's birthday. Walter told the Sting happy birthday, and Piccolo did let us know earlier that it is Sting's birthday today. Harley says, LOL, I thought you guys were not going on live tonight for some reason. Well, we thought we were already on live, so there's that. I'll have my game face on and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you all the stupid stuff that's happening. Look at all this stuff on wrestling.
Wrestling.
Well, there's like, you guys was late 20 minutes, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Sophie's like, I just got your notification like 5 minutes ago. So we also said they added a fatal 4-way tag team match. I mean, yeah, yes. they talked about that last week. Not a good start to the night.
We could.
Chris says, apparently Charlotte and Rhea main eventing night 1. Not really a main event if they're on night 1.
It's just
the end of the show. Sophie says, I came in here and I didn't see you guys, so I went to a different watch along. Oh, cool. Walter's like, boo, Austin won. Vindicator says, in the chat, it says, I'm going to yell hello to Talitha and see if she notices. Hello! I did, Ben. Hello.
Jimmy talking like that to Roman?
Ooh, it is your fault, you little bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Robbie says, D, I won't trust you to make the jelly. Because it's all fun and games till, like, Latka gets introduced to the Hall of Fame. Oh, God.
I will never forgive Sami Zayn for this.
Walter says, happy birthday, Sting from AEW. Sophie says, remember when Cody and Cena hugged? Cody said that he said the next time Cena wrestles, he wants to face him. Robert says, hey, wrestling buddies. Hey, Robert.
Woo!
I was like, D, never ready. Dude, I was in here talking to you guys.
Everyone leave us.
Oh, goody.
Jay and Roman going to have a conversation.
Right. Vindicator's like, I guess Ford might not have a future as a single champion being used as fodder to build up Theory tonight.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, Marshmallow says, went to Walmart and saw John Moxley and I saw MJF and they gave me tickets to AEW. Oh, that's cool. Holla. Walter says, the bloodline on Raw, boo. Sophie says, I wonder what night of Mania Cena versus Theory is going to take place. Robbie says, Jimmy got balls of steel talking to Roman like that.
Yeah, but he wasn't talking to Roman. He said, I'll never forgive Sammy for that. He was talking to Roman, then he said Sammy.
Yeah.
The American Nightmare. Should we get a weightlifting belt that says Nightmare on it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just hang it right back there.
Pickle says, I actually seen some ECW pay-per-views recently just to catch up on some glorious old school hardcore. Then I binged on Terry Funk matches today. Wow, getting yourself all rustled out, are ya?
Terry Funk. Some good stuff. You should read his book if you haven't already. It's a good one. I love the stories in there. Also read the Bella's book.
You did.
It's not too bad. It does tell you why Bree's a weirdo, but...
Hey, there's that movie I want to see.
The Dracula
It doesn't
one?
come out until April 14th. Renfield.
There's a couple of vampire movies coming out this summer. One's really close to the book of Dracula.
Oh, good.
It's about a boat. Basically, they're trying to, you know how in the book,
Yeah.
it's all basically on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
Oh, interesting. Sophie says there's a rumor that the WWE is going to split both world championships by SummerSlam. Chris says ECW was always awesome. Loved Sandman matches. Sophie says there won't be no tag teams inducted into Hall of Fame this year compared to previous years.
You know, it'd be kind of neat. They could do. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but sometimes there'll be like a fluke ending to a match where both men have their shoulders down.
Yeah. Okay.
Do that, right? So Cody does his double move or whatever, and then he pins Roman, but it's like he falls back on him with his back because he's exhausted, or he got speared like 4 times or something, you know. Mm-hmm. So he hits his his nightmare move or whatever, and then he falls down, and his shoulders are down also, but it doesn't look that way. So the crowd go crazy. Cody wins. They're giving him the belts, and then management comes up, Postman Pierce, or even
Paul
Triple
Heyman's
H,
like, no, he's over there.
And then
like
they're looking at it, and then they're like, what can we do? And then they just give them both the title,
split them,
walk away.
Robbie says, does WWE need a shake-up?
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had a draft in 2 years. Well, not 2 years, but a year and a half. It was in October, and we're nowhere near October. So.
Oh, Marshmallow says, I think Roman Reigns will attack Cody Rhodes tonight. Yeah? Sophie says, we might get a draft after Mania. If we do, I expect some sort of announcement for it soon.
Yeah, it would be neat. You know, especially right before Backlash would be a good time. Unless they want to keep it going until after Backlash because of the WrestleMania Backlash thing. Although they're not doing WrestleMania Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird they're going to prison for so long. Usually tax people only go to prison for like a year max.
Yeah. Maybe they did a lot more worse things than they thought. I don't know.
Grizzly will like it in prison.
Yeah.
He reminds me of those type of guys.
It's not like they're going to like hardcore prison. They're going to like white collar crime prison.
Federal.
Yeah, it's different.
And now you're back making decisions.
Sophie says, I'm surprised Andy Kaufman hasn't been inducted to the Hall of Fame before this year. Chris has been playing 2K23 all weekend, been downloading AEW and indie wrestlers for the game. Pickle says,
Andy Kaufman was never in the WWE. Those storylines weren't WWE storylines, WWF storylines. I don't even know what that was back in those days. With Jerry Lawler, it was like Midwest Wrestling or something.
Right?
Do you know that story? Do you know the Andy Kaufman stuff?
I don't think so.
So Andy Kaufman was a famous comedian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who he is, like, as a person.
So anyways, he had a big feud with Jerry Lawler that lasted like a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. And they did it on talk shows like Johnny Carson, so Lawler would attack him on Johnny Carson. I mean, it was fodder, obviously, but it was so much fun, like, to watch. I wasn't alive. It was just a big thing that was very popular at the time. And people thought, back in those days that wrestling was legit. And so they're like, this comedian's just getting beat up everywhere he goes. And they ended up having a match.
That's fun.
But it was everywhere. It was kind of a fun little storyline. I didn't even know who Jerry Lawler was until like 93. Because I didn't follow the indie circuit.
Right.
Why is he in there? I thought he was told to leave.
I don't know. I thought he was supposed to leave too.
No. Is he going to turn on Jay?
I have no idea what the fuck is happening there.
Well, I feel like Roman and Jay are going to feud towards WrestleMania, or wrestle the SummerSlam one.
Oh. Pico says, do drafts make it better, though? Give me your reasons. Yeah, do drafts make it better if there's one after Mania? Does it make it better for WWE?
Okay, the draft itself is dumb.
There you
how
go.
they do it. The actual
like
event, that Monday and Friday will be stupid.
Right.
But it's a shakeup. It changes feuds. It starts new feuds. It puts people on different channels.
So it can make things better, and sometimes it cannot make things better. Hassan is in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. Happy spring. Yeah, it's spring out there, all right. Robbie says, any great matchups? Like
it is
tonight?
The first day of spring.
I don't know. Oh, no.
Chelsea Green. That's excitement.
Can I please talk to a manager? It's like she doesn't know who he is every time. It's kind of funny. Pickle says making sauce and lobster like the Goodfellas, right? Exactly.
Oh, a new tag team partner she found.
So Carmella.
She looks like death.
So Carmella's not available to fight tonight?
Right, yeah. I don't know why, but she's not available.
Weird. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, not
Don't
on
put
blast.
him on blast, please, Chelsea.
Sophie
oh, God, at worst, block him.
Oh, no.
You might like that.
Sophie says with drafts we could see new storylines and feuds. Pickle says it was Memphis, Mid-South. Yeah. Chris says that was Smoking Mountain Wrestling with Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Pickle says just watch Man on the Moon. Robbie says can't be that funny if it is not well known. Sophie says I played some of the 23 and after a certain point I started getting some sort of headache. Robbie says Sophie don't play games for 8 hours in it. Vindicator says stop playing WWE 2K23. Oh, Mozzarella says Usos will beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Sophie says if Roman survives Mania, he will hit 1,000 days as champion by SummerSlam. Robbie says don't need a draft. Pukul says basically Andy Kaufman was mocking wrestling and putting down Americans for watching barbaric sports. He took on women at first and would always beat them and humiliate them. And then, hello, person in the chat whose name is in Arabic. I don't speak Arabic. If you could speak English, I will definitely read every chat that you have, but I'll say hello for now. Hello. Welcome. Hassan says, how was your weekend going, guys? It was busy. It was all right. Busy.
What's that?
Vindicator says, Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Participation Award is definitely a concession stand break match. Yeah.
There's going to be a few of those this week. Well, next week, I guess.
Robbie says, Chelsea Green, can she actually wrestle? I don't know. You know, sometimes, if she doesn't break her arm.
Wrestling's such a short
I don't know how good she is at it, but as long as she's not breaking her arm, I guess she can do some of it. Sophie says, I wonder how they will split the world championships after Mania. Walter says, okay, Adam Pearce in the locker room. Vindicator's like, funny how they give Chelsea all these promos with Adam and she is still nothing more than a jobber.
Yeah.
Robbie says, Chelsea and Dumpling. Walter says, a Boston MVP coming to the ring. Sophie says, there's a lot of people that want Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to close night 1 of Mania. And Robbie says, D, how could you not speak Arabic? And Pico says, Indy Chelsea was pretty fun. And Harley says, 15s to you guys for right now to get my mind off some mental health.
Yeah. Oh. Good stuff.
Is it?
You know, the actual trick with the mental health thing is to not get your mind off of it.
Sometimes you just have to work through it and accept the things that are happening and just sit with it.
The trick, they call it the anxiety trick or your mental health trick. But the trick is to allow the thought, because it's just a thought. It's just like any other thought. Don't add narrative. So don't make the thought a story. Just allow the thought, sit with it, and it'll pass. That's the trick, but it's very uncomfortable, and it is not fun at all.
Vindicator says someone from the Middle East appearing in the chat the same day as Saudi Arabia and Iran form a truce. Interesting. Walter says Chelsea wants matches, but Adam is waiting to fill in WWE. Sophie says Vince is still in charge of the WWE. People are saying that he runs a Raw and Triple H runs SmackDown. Robbie says lagging again. And Marshmallow says LA Knights versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania. Pickle says, I always distract myself and be creative.
Yeah.
Not always a good thing.
Distraction is a great tool. The problem with it is that your body doesn't process it. So whatever the thing is, you're not sitting with it. Because we're designed to actually process feelings. But if we don't allow the feelings, then we can never process them. And then they keep coming back. And anything you want to persist, you try to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it is.
It's true.
If you try to ignore something, pink elephant, pink elephant, pink elephant. And then the other big trick is don't, what would you call it? Don't think of what you don't want. Think of what you do want. So how would you like to feel? What would you have to do to feel that way? And what can you do right now to do that? That's the action part of it. But if you go, I don't want to feel this way, then you have no choice but to feel that way because that's all you're thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, after Raw goes off the air, I will go straight to bed because my headache was so bad last night. It woke me up every hour. I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie.
And there, did you not drink water?
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, drink water. Walter says, Moss for the win in his match. Robbie says, can't process the feeling of WWE being poor these days, LOL.
No, nobody can handle that.
Sophie says, usually don't play 23 that long, like an hour or two before I get this weird headache. Piccolo says, dwelling on negativity is never good.
Nope.
Harley says, thanks, I'm just been depressed thinking about my dad passed away almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's tough.
I understand that very much, actually. And you know what? It doesn't always, go away. Really. Those feelings. Grief is a really weird thing. You'll have days where you're a normal and you'll just go weeks and months with being normal, and then something will trigger a memory. Whether it's a smell or something you do or something that somebody says or maybe it's something that you used to do with that person all the time and it just happened to come up or something. And all of a sudden you'll think about that person and everything and it'll trigger that grief all that time. And the best thing to do is what Travis said. Sit with that feeling. Accept that you feel that way, and stuff like that. And as it goes on, it'll pass and stuff. I mean, I do that. My mom passed away 11 years ago. She was a part of my soul and my best friend. And there are some days that I have a very, very hard time functioning. And there's other days where it's it doesn't seem like it's been that long. Other days where it seems like it's been that long. And then some days where I forget she even passed away and I think about calling her and telling her about things and then I have to remember that she's not there to tell.
Right. Mine come in dreams usually. I was like, oh shit, I got to do this or I got to do that. And I'm like, wait a second, they're dead. Damn it. When I wake up, I'm all excited. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah. My subconscious doesn't work that way. I don't dream about people. Sophie says my dad passed away almost 14 years ago. Pico says I had to take a nasal spray earlier. It helps with my ear and sinus blockage.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful with those nasal sprays.
Cocaine?
No. You can get, so your body gets used to them so easily that your body then needs it more often. So instead of it helping, it doesn't help anymore. It stops helping. It, like, literally stops helping anything and actually will cause inflammation in your sinuses
it's a moss.
instead. So, yeah, you got to be careful with them.
wants to get a dog and name it a moss.
What?
Because it's like, she was trying to explain it to me. Anyways, it's in the Bible. It's somebody in the Bible, a moss. It's like a god. Like Jesus' brother type thing. It's not.
But... Okay. Alrighty, well, in the Bible, according to what I understand, God is God. There's not, like, multiples. Pretty sure it's not Greek or Roman Bibles we're talking about.
You'd have to just Google it. That way you'll know. Without me speculating.
Ravi says, yeah, listen to D, drink water, and you too can look as young as D. I don't think that's about looking young, Ravi. I think it's about not getting headaches. Paulo, Alex is in the chat. Hey, Paulo, thumbs up. Hey, Paulo, thanks for the thumbs up. You're amazing, too. Sophie says the Bray Bobby Mania match is still up in the air. Noah Owens is in the chat. Hey, Noah, good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Roman Reigns is going to beat Cody. Ooh.
Yeah, I have a feeling that could happen also.
Vindicator says, it's weird that NXT pay-per-view and WrestleMania Night 1 are on the same day, but different cities in Cali. NXT in LA and Mania in Inglewood. Okay, so they do that all the time, Vindicator. Okay. Like, for the last years that WrestleMania has been 2 nights.
Let's be honest, Inglewood's not outside of LA.
I was like, isn't Inglewood, like, inside of LA?
It's one of their...
Yeah, one of their whatever. Cities. Yeah. So it says we have 14 matches on the Mania card, so we have 7 matches both nights unless they add 2 more. Vindicator says no, Marshmallow, and no, Noah. Sophie says, did you guys watch college basketball this weekend?
No, I watched Thursday and Friday.
Kansas fucking lost.
I did not.
Kansas fucking lost. They lost. Kansas fucking lost. I cannot believe they lost to a goddamn 8 seed.
Yeah, anybody can beat anybody nowadays because of the open programs they have where they can transfer. It's called protocol or something like that. And so there's not that much difference between a 16 and a 1 anymore, where there used to be a huge difference. But now if you're not getting playing time and you're a top player, you can just transfer and it's called open protocols. It's something. They can do it very fast.
Chris says, you mean Goliath? A moss.
That's a moss.
Chris,
I don't know if that's
a Goliath. I don't know.
You'd have to just Google what a
Chris,
moss is.
do you know the Bible
scholar?
very well? If you know the Bible very well, please enlighten me. I am more than happy to learn. Ravi says you heard of Dr. Quinn Medicine Women, but it's now Dr. D Medicine Women. No, dude. Sophie says, I could see Cody beating Roman, but by DQ. Ravi says, but you have clear skin, D, from all that water. Might be genetics too, dude. Oh, Marshmallow says Drew McIntyre will win the title. Ravi says Ali, LOL, how exciting. Sophie says Kansas lost by 1 point. They sure did. They did lose by 1 point.
Should never be that close.
Yes.
Ali just died. He lasted like 30 seconds with the big man.
Picola says, well, it's not many powerhouses. Vindicator says Kansas lost to Texas many times this year, so I knew they would not win the title. Really? Sophie says, this...
Hello?
Mom? Travis changed some of his ringtones on people. Okay. Must be his mom. So it says Cody Roman feud could extend past Mania.
I don't know what you're on, but just close everything and it's fine. You don't have a virus. Just don't click on anything. Amos
definitely won that against Ali. It didn't take him long either. Looks like Logan Paul is going to... Oh, there's Logan Paul. He's there.
Yeah, just delete everything that you're doing, then just go back to...
Oh, boy, Mrs. Stalking Logan Paul. That's creepy. Quentin Mitchell is in the chat. Hey, Quentin says, what about March Madness? Have you guys watched it? Not really, Quentin. I don't really watch most of it. Vindicator's like, it's just funny to say that Kansas lost to Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah, they lost to Arkansas. Of all fucking places, the people who lose to Arkansas. No. It broke my complete bracket.
Yeah,
I had them winning the whole thing. Motherfuckers.
You know, you're probably not alone, so it's not that big of a deal.
Son of a Bitches.
It's kind of nice to have the lower teams win against the top teams because then it's a free-for-all at the end because you never know who's going to win. Yeah. When you have like a 1 seed playing like an 8 or something in the championship, you're like, well, the 1's probably going to beat them.
Krista kind of says LA Knight.
Yeah.
And Robbie says most attracted. Amit Rana's in the chat says good morning. Good morning, Amit. How's it going today? Robbie says Ali is a chump. Yeah.
Yeah, Ali just got worked.
Sophie says, what is the story behind this Dolph Ali feud? I don't understand it.
It's not a lot to understand. They're just trying to make Ali.
They're trying to make TV Ali time. Like happen, and it's like, what's her face in Fetch? Gretchen.
Hey, what's this?
It's the Pope's Exorcist.
Cool.
It's like that one Exorcist show.
The Exorcist?
Not that one. There was another one.
Like Emily Rose?
No.
No.
Maybe. No, it was a newer one that was on not too long ago.
Yeah. I don't know enough about that stuff. I don't watch a lot of those.
Anyways, Fantasy Rolls in the chat. Hey, Fantasy Rolls says hi. Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Give us a thumbs up if you would. And subscribe. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we'll be here for WrestleMania.
Robbie says, oh, what a geek Harry Potter. Robbie, just because you're so uncool.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what it is with you, but you are like the worst English person ever invented. Like, maybe you should go back to wherever your parents came from.
Holy crap.
And not England.
You're not even from England, and you're telling them to leave England. I feel like that's racist.
It was like, hey. Haley's in the chat says, hey. Robbie says, the fake Ayla in the chat. It was like, sup, fake ass fuck. Damien's gaming in the chat. Hey, Damien says, dark knickers. Dark knickers. As opposed to panties. Haha. Robbie says, LOL, laughing, defuming. Vindicator says Ali should have been cannon fodder for Theory instead of Ford, who has a brighter future. Yes. Oh, Mushmallow says, I hate Logan Paul, but I like Seth Rollins. Yeah? Quentin says Saturday Night Rampage starts this Saturday.
That's it.
That sounds great.
Are they calling it Rampage? Is that the Saturday show? Or are they just moving Rampage to Saturday this weekend?
Yeah.
Because of the tournament.
That's a good question, Chris.
Because I know they're adding another hour show. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if this is...
I wouldn't call it Rampage. That's just dumb.
Well, I doubt they're going to call it Rampage. That would make no sense to call 2 shows the same name.
Exactly. Chris says Tiffany Stratton, yeah. And Ravi's like, yeah, Ayla fake as fuck. Picolo's like, nah, I haven't kept up with March Madness in decades. Piccolo, I don't even watch the games. I just watch for the scores and do a bracket because it's fun. Sometimes they have money on it.
Bracketology. Did they do money?
No. Like, I didn't pay for anything. No. Ayla says, Robbie said chimp before chump. That's why he deleted it. Ooh. Damien's Gaming says Snickers without the S. Ooh.
Yeah.
Dark Snickers, but dark knickers. Vindicator says, how far is Kansas from Idaho? Too lazy to look at a map right now.
I would say
there's quite a few
1,700
states between us. So quite a few states. At least 12. Just kidding.
Wyoming and then Colorado.
Oklahoma.
And then Kansas somewhere probably through there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Nebraska. It's in that area. Headed? To Kansas.
Oh, that's that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it borders Missouri, right? Or not Missouri, the other one, Kansas. It is Kansas.
We're talking about Kansas.
So then Missouri, then Colorado, right? And then Wyoming, and then us. So probably 1,500 miles.
Yeah, something like that. Robbie says Ali went from no title shot to being a jobber. Pico says, I've only been to Kansas City for barbecue, and Illa's laughing. You ain't even British. Robbie's like, D, crying face. And Pico's like, I don't know. I haven't seen much AEW news. Robbie's like, oh, D with a hella disrespect. Harley says, sometimes it can make it worse.
Impulsive. They're going to do a live episode of Impulsive. That's his talk show that he does.
Oh, I see. Quentin says Rampage is on Fridays, and yes, Rampage is on this Saturday due to March Madness. And are you guys going to watch AEW All Access?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm not interested in what they do behind the scenes. I'll probably record it,
but I don't know. I don't know if I'll get to watching it. I might try it that first night. I don't even know if I'll try it the first night.
Oh, Mushmallow says after WrestleMania, the Shield will return. Yeah? Ayla says Kansas is probably about 4 hours away. Harley says, yay, I get to have ice cream in 2 weeks for WrestleMania.
4 hours away.
WrestleMania
like
ice
in a
cream.
Plane?
Ravi says, LOD, you can't say these things then laugh at me. I can say and laugh at you all I want, dude.
I mean, if there was a big enough tornado, we might be able to get there in 4 hours. They get our wind. It comes from here.
Still in our wind. Just kidding.
It literally blows right to them.
Ayla says, suck it up, Robbie. Robbie's like Logan Rassel Clark Paul. Ayla's like, Travis, learn a map. People's like, and Boston is 2 hours from Florida, Ayla.
SpaceX.
All you want. Boo, 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 boo.
I don't gotta be here. He got plenty of money.
He loves it.
It's funny because he's playing heel, right? He walked down the aisle and held the kid's sign and then made sure he handed it back to him and waved and smiled at him.
Oh, gee.
And he's the heel.
Oh, God.
Everybody else would rip the sign up and throw it on the ground.
That's true. They would. That's funny.
Lots of love. Logan Paul's in the ring right now. We're watching Impulsive. It's a live episode. What you looking at? Maps?
Trying to look at a map that doesn't...
Why don't you just go to Google Maps and just expand it? That's what I do.
Well, I'm trying to expand to just a regular map, but they're all so blurry after you get them big that you can't even tell what's what.
Yeah, you got to get a high pixelated one. Nothing he can't do. Yeah. Oh, Kansas is on this side of Missouri.
Yeah, I knew it was above Oklahoma. I was like, it's between Nebraska and Oklahoma, and so I was like,
yeah, I was thinking Missouri was on this side and then Kansas on the other side.
No, it's Kansas, Missouri.
But it makes sense because the Missouri.
It's Idaho, Wyoming,
yeah, I know,
and
the
then
Missouri purchase.
Yeah, you wouldn't even. I mean, you could go through Wyoming down through Colorado and then to Kansas, or you could go all the way through Wyoming, Nebraska, and down.
Yeah, you definitely go through Wyoming, through Cokeville, and then you come in through Denver and then drop down through, what's Nebraska? What's their capital called? That famous city there? Lincoln?
Yeah.
But there's another one.
Lincoln, Nebraska?
That's on this side. What's a popular city in Nebraska?
Omaha?
Omaha, that's the one I was looking for.
Somebody calls Omaha all the time. Robbie, Seth hasn't come out yet. No. Nope. Sophie says Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. That could be one of the show stealers of Mania weekend. Ayla's like, exactly 100. Vindicator says, Ayla, would you drive from state to state instead of flying? No way you would ever drive cross country, especially with these gas prices. LOL. Walter says, okay, Logan Paul, boo.
Did they go back up? Has gas been going back up?
They did, and they kind of like settled again for a minute. Walter says, hey, Ayla. And Ayla says, United States is actually pretty small. You can get from Cali to Florida in about 7 hours if you try.
You know what's funny about that is I watched this guy and he does professional racing from one coast, that cannonball stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like legit. It's real. And he had the world record for like 7 days. And then somebody else already beat it. But
right.
They can drive from Los Angeles to New York, because that's where they drive, in fucking 23 hours.
Holy crap.
A team of 2 of them.
Oh, I guess you could in a team of 2. Yeah, I could see that. Robbie says,
well, at that
you
speed, you don't even need to sleep.
Right.
I could stay up for 23 hours driving 115 miles an hour. However fast they drive.
Right. Robbie says, Ayla, you already did suck it up. You like to suck Slurp, slurp, gross. Ayla's like, hi, Walter. And Walter's like, come on, I want matches. Sophie says, this Mania is going to feature a lot of show stealers with all the talent that is booked for both matches.
Looks like a pretty
Ayla
good
says,
show.
coming from someone who sucks flavor from the cane sugar. Dakota Rooser is in the chat. Hey, Dakota says WWE Monday Night Raw Roman Reigns returns. Yeah, he was here earlier.
Hey,
yakking away.
All you people that are in the chat with us, give us a thumbs up so we don't have 9 thumbs ups and 40 people in the chat.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Come on, people.
Robbie says, did Seth come out?
It costs nothing.
Sophie says, I meant for both nights. Oh, Marshmallow says, after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar will attack
mic.
Bobby with an F5.
They cut his mic.
That's not very nice. Sophie says, this will be...
back on. Now it's back. Now it's off.
Did he hit it wrong or something?
Like they wouldn't have 13 microphones out there.
Right?
Oh, it's him in the
truck. Seth, there's Seth
it's
for
your
you.
Producer in the truck. So he was selling all of his clothes today.
Seth?
Yeah, for charity.
Oh,
all
God.
the outfits that he's worn.
Oh, Jesus.
For the Connor's Cure. He had all of those crazy suits and stuff.
Right.
All being bid on today.
All of them were being bid on? I'm sure
them.
people bought them.
It's a 14-day bid.
That's crazy.
I'll show it to you.
Uh-oh, he's got an idea. What's he going to do? Burn it down.
It's me.
Sophie says this will be like what the 5th or 6th time Roman appeared on Raw since he became double champion at last year's Mania.
When you go to bid on it.
It's on WWE's site?
Yeah.
That's weird.
See, and you just keep going. You're basically buying his outfits. That one. That one. That one.
Wow. Like, none of them are as high as I expected, but I mean, that's only...
And then obviously there's more, but...
That's ridiculous and weird.
Yeah, they were at 500 or 400 earlier. Now it looks like they're mostly up to 6+. It's right around $600
Jeez.
per jacket.
Vindicator says, so Ayla admit to hitting the road at 100 miles an hour, running red lights overnight. I see you, speed demon. Bobby says, of course you are that good. Paul, of course you are. Ayla says, we had a good laugh at you last week. Ayla says, Vindicator, I don't like flying. I have airplane ear every time, and it takes days to get my ears to pop. No joke, hurts. Robbie says, Ayla, that's how
used to have.
Eat it,
My
Ayla.
grandma had that.
Ayla says, you're too good at it, though, was your point is all. Sophie says, it'll be interesting to see what matches will be on each night of Mania. Vindicator says, I don't like flying because of annoying passengers and lousy food. Peanuts are okay, though. Ha. Quinton says Bray Wyatt is dealing with an illness, and AEW finds Saraya because she said the word twat.
Yeah, it was twat, all right. Twat.
She said twat.
I know she said twat. I was wondering if she could get away with saying that, and it's a bad word.
Okay, it may mean stupid or idiot in English slang in England, but in America, it means fucking pussy. It means a vagina. It means a cunt.
It's
like, it is another word for cunt here. It is derogatory here, which is hilarious to me. And I was like, she called her a twat. And I'm like, because I'm like, is that like a normal thing? You guys just call me, because you guys do. And I think it's funny that America is so like, oh, you can't use that word. And it's like, fuck, have you heard English people speak? They say cunt and twat and
I don't base
all the
my
time.
morals off of the UK.
What's that?
I don't base my morals off of what the UK
I know that, but I just think it's hilarious that we're all like, oh, such a bad word. Other countries are like,
it's on that Easy A. That's how she got kicked out, and
yes,
she had to spell it with her P's.
Yeah. What's a twat? What's a twit? That's an A, honey.
Whoa!
Sophie says, I gave you your 10th thumbs up. Yes.
I seen that. We're up to 11 now.
It says, last time I flew from Utah to Arizona, my ears didn't pop for 3 days. It hurt so bad we drove back. Robbie says, Ayla, you're just a mind boggler.
Did you rent a car?
They probably did. Hey, have you ever tried chewing gum while you're on the plane?
Yeah, I don't know what my grandma did either because she flew. Her and Deborah would fly places, and she had really bad, the same thing. But I think she found a way to deal with it because they flew back east all the time.
Yeah. Robbie says, Ayla, you're just a mind boggler. Oh no, poor Seth got his ass beat. And those guys are like, yeah. It's because they're fans. It's weird.
Heels do not interact.
I know, he's like, haha, I like you. No. Vindicator says, all right, Logan using sound effects is a bit cheesy, Ella, but where is your sound effect board, Travis?
It's right Big right hand. What?
The sound effect thing. It's just right there. Because Logan was using one. And so Vin wanted to know where yours was.
We need one with birds chirping because he just got knocked the fuck out.
Robbie says, D, you should have bought some of Seth's clothes. Dude, there are 14 days left on that auction, and most of them are over $500.
Yeah.
I know that you're as rich as fuck, but I am not. I don't even pay that much for my own clothes, let alone somebody else's weird shit.
Ring worn. That's ring worn, and that's legit.
That's what I said. Somebody else's weird shit.
There's sweat in there.
That's disgusting. Oh my god.
You could clone him. They have that.
Oh,
you can
Marshmallow.
get pets cloned. This is like a thing. Like, you just do it. Like, it's not even a big deal anymore.
Should we try?
Give me a piece of your hair. Gotta send it in. Spit in this.
How much does it cost?
It's like $18,000 or something.
Oh my Jesus Christ! Like, no, that's okay. For a possibility of maybe getting 10 years out of him.
Yeah, they don't live as long.
So 4. Not even half the time.
Oh, 50,000.
Oh my fucking god, that's worse. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it's legit. Like, you can get your dog cloned. Or your cat or whatever.
Oh, Marshmallow says, boo, Logan Paul, who your daddy? Sophie says, remember Good Burger? Keenan and Kel announced that we are getting a Good Burger 2, a Paramount Plus exclusive movie. Ayla says, Vin, I don't speed. I don't even like changing lanes. Robbie's like, D, you gonna bid on some of the clothes? Ayla's a dangerous driver. Twat isn't that bad.
They've cloned over 1,500 dogs so far.
Oh, I bet they have. I'm sure rich people are very excited about that.
Yeah, they get them from the kennel clubs.
Oh, I'm sure that those rich people are all over that shit. Ayla says, I might be, Ravi. I don't know. I'm road shy, so that might be dangerous. Ravi says, oh, Ayla, really? Sophie says, when Mania is 2 nights, they could switch nights of whatever matches that they want. Ravi says, is that you calling yourself one, Ayla? And Ayla says, yes, Ravi. I got my license at 26 and hardly drive if I can help it. Sophie says, I don't like flying that much, especially when I have a bladder size of a pea. And Ravi says driving is overrated. Ayla and Sophie says, I feel like one of those Mania matches will add stipulations to them.
Be like the astronaut and just wear a diaper.
Yeah, just wear a diaper. It's fine. Chris says Logan Paul with the Big Show KO punch. Ayla says no. Caitlin's mom drive down, so we just rode with her. I tried gum. I don't know. They say it's probably because I was prone to ear infections as a kid. Extra fluid. I wonder if there's something that they could give you to do before you flew that would help it.
Wim Hof fixes everything.
Chris says, I like Logan Paul better than Sammy Guevara. There's probably a lot of people that could say that. Ravi says, I know, do you make your own clothes or go thrifting? Sophie says, Logan versus Seth is another feud I could see extend past Mania like most of Rollins' Mania feuds over the years has been.
Poke his eye out.
Right? Ayla says, I take the same roads every time. If I have to drive on a new road, I Google it. I Google map it and literally plan every turn. I have problems, apparently. Sophie says, with driving, it must be even harder than flying. Quentin says, have you seen Logan Paul's boxing fights before?
Yeah, every one of them. Never missed one of them. I've seen every one of his boxing matches.
Ayla says, I think so, Sophie. And Marshmallow says, this year's Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins will win the ladder match.
Yeah.
And Ravi says, Ayla, look after your mate Sophie. She's wild tonight. So he's like, I was in a couple car rides. They were fun, especially when you could have takeout while on the road.
Nothing wrong with that. Road trip.
Ayla says, so that nose spray for allergies, Afrin, I think, is supposed to help, and Sudafed. I could see that because it would dry you out. Basically, what they're telling you to take is probably pseudoephedrine. Not necessarily Sudafed. Chris says, Daddy Magic Matt Menard, future AEW champion.
Yeah.
Ayla's like, Robbie, do your job. Robbie's like, Ayla, she's your friend.
Is WrestleMania going to be a musical this year? That'd be great. Wouldn't it be funny if they're in the ring and Roman's like, I'm winning. I'm really, really winning. Cody's like, you're not going to win.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I'm winning.
I hope that never happens.
He tiptoes around.
Oh, my Lord. Ayla's like, I can't remember. It's been a long time. The last time I flew, I was 16. Robbie's like, Ayla hooked on Sudafed.
Is that meth?
Sudafed doesn't have pseudoephedrine in it just because it's called Sudafed. It used to have pseudoephedrine in it.
Ooh, it's Dominic
Then they changed it to the weird shit.
Without the Dane. Without his girl. That
Ayla
mama.
says, I take it when I need to. Pico says, yeah, I'm going to pass. This is wrestling, not Glee Club. You're not going to watch the musical of WrestleMania or Travis singing the Roman song he's going to sing while he's not winning. Chris says Miz is trying to sing like MJF. Oh, yeah?
Who's Dominic going to dominate tonight?
Ew, gross. It was like, can it become Glee Club?
Punk-ass kid.
He's got a lot of acne going on his face.
Steroids.
Probably. Look at it. He's got a lot of it. Dude. Wash your fucking face. Robbie says, do your mate condom with the Billy Ray Cyrus haircut. People's like, Mammy Rhea is a baritone. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. See you on Wednesday. Robbie says, did you watch Glee? No, Robbie. I don't even know what it is.
No. Is that the weekday show or is that a movie? I know that there's different ones. But...
Is there? Good questions. Are those the... No. The ones that they made fun of on South Park was High School Musical, right?
Probably. I just know that Glee is the one on 21 Jump Street. He's like, fuck you, Glee.
Oh, God.
Because school is backwards, like the nerds were popular.
Oh! Is that what that was in reference to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's backwards, and it's unnatural, and I don't like it.
Ayla says, America's got wrestling singers. We can text to vote. Robbie says, Travis knows all the classic tunes. Chris says, WWE NXT is grooming Dragon Lee to come to main roster and fight Dominic. Yeah?
No.
Pico's like, the Masked Singer, only they're luchadors. Ayla's like, this could be big.
So Dexter is out here with Johnny wrestling?
He told her to go inside, so she's out there with the kid. Really?
He's English.
Is that why he said dumb words?
Yeah. I don't know if they're called dumb words, but they're just English. English.
Dumb words. Robbie says, who has the best theme music? Are you talking about a wrestler? And like now? Like nowadays?
Jinder Mahal.
He still uses his original stuff,
right? Now. I don't know what he uses in NXT, but when he's on the main roster, his song's my favorite.
Chris says, LOL, that fight was funny as fuck. Quentin says, even though I still hate Dominic, I think Rhea, a.k.a. Mammy, gonna win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Probably.
Yeah, she probably will. It looks like Flair's trying to give it to her. I mean, Flair's carrying both sides of the feud, especially on the mic so far. And so it does look like it's her time. I'd be okay if Charlotte didn't give it to her and went on to be champion for a longer time. Charlotte needs a long title reign. I don't care if she wins it 22 times. if you don't have a long title reign, it doesn't count. That's what they're doing with Roman right now. They're finding out that that's legit. Like, when you look back in history, Roman's going to be a top 5, 6 champion of all time because of this title run.
Yeah, not because he won the title and then won it again and then won it again and again. It's because he won it and kept it for a really long period of time.
Like, what he's doing is more impressive than Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton. Those numbers don't matter because, first of all, there's 2 titles. He's got both of them, and he's reigning for a long period of time.
Right. Chris says, is he even a man for getting beat up in front of his wife?
No.
He told her to go back inside, but she didn't listen. Pickle says, another Aussie idiot. Yeah. Vindicator says, whiny brat versus Mr. Spaghetti. Match of the year candidate right here, right now. Mark my words.
Yeah.
Laughing barf face. Robbie says, yeah, wrestlers. Okay. Yeah. So Travis gave you the theme music for wrestlers that he likes.
That are modern. I mean, obviously, if you go back in time, there's other ones. But
Sophie says, the bad thing about road trips is to try to find a bathroom to go poop in.
Ew.
You just go poop in a bathroom. Pickle says, I would love, like, an orchestra do an entire set of wrestling theme entrances worth the price of admission. That'd actually be pretty fun.
Like that big
Have
orchestra.
Danny Elfman do it. Could you imagine, Pickle, if Danny Elfman did, like, the whole set of wrestling theme entrances? Fuck. Chris says, I think Charlotte's last title, like 16 time or 17, will be longer. Pickle says, yep, up there with title reigns of Hogan, San Martino, and CM Punk. Right. Never forget 434 days marks.
Bob Backlund, all those, yeah. There's a lot of guys that held up for a long time. Ric Flair had it over 1,000 days like 3 times in his career.
Sophie says, this Ray Dom feud has been going on and off since September of last year. Robbie says Charlotte wouldn't be a champ in another promotion. Pickle says, and Punk had to lose to part-timer Dwayne. Chris says Roman will be more impressive than Waller, a.k.a. Gunther, and Cena and Hogan, but not as impressive as Andre or San Martino.
Andre never won the title. Well, I mean, he did later on in life, but he wasn't the champion. He was just a dominant force, but they never needed to put a belt on him because he was kind of a main event without the belt.
Right. Robbie says Nakamura had the best theme. Oh, Marshmallow says Roman Reigns will be still champion after WrestleMania.
Possibly.
Sophie says FTR teased an announcement on their wrestling future. And Pickle says Undertaker theme, but Danny Elfman style. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
The bell, or whatever. Would it be a gong?
It might be.
And then the music starts, which is almost already orchestra type music anyways.
Robbie says, bring back Hornswoggle. Kasuan Garrett is in the chat. Hey, Kasuan says Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 39. That is happening.
That's going to happen. We're a little under 2 weeks away from that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 days. Sophie says it will be interesting after Mania weekend where everybody is going to be including the NXT talent. Robbie says, who wouldn't want their theme played live on a guitar? It depends on the theme.
Shinsuke Nakamura liked it. Rick Boogs.
Chris says, exactly. Andre was on a 15-year win streak. Roman is only last pinned since October 2019. Still a lot this era, though.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, they're making him
Old Baron Corbin.
Poor Baron.
That's who beat him last. They went in different directions.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. That's going to be at WrestleMania. What? Yeah. The whole crowd's going to be going back and forth. What? Yeah. They don't even need to talk. They'll just come out and the crowd will just start, what? Yeah. If that actually happens. They haven't even hinted at that happening. It is a rumor for some reason. Probably just because they both get the crowd to chant one word. Stratton. Stratton needs to become champion.
So they're doing a qualifying match because she broke down in the ring.
Oh, did they strip the title off of her because of her health issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was supposed to wrestle Stratton at that Stand and Deliver.
It's a qualifying match.
Cool. Well, that's great. I wonder why she left, or if it's real, which would be fine. Sucks for her.
Yeah, she's so young. Family. Good thing they pushed her so quick. Piccolo says Ravi a guitar. And Ravi's like, Hornswoggle wrestles better than Condom. Sophie says, would you imagine that we would be getting Cody versus Roman at Mania a year after Cody came back to the WWE after leaving AEW?
I think we would have had it before this if he wouldn't have torn his pec.
Yes.
I think he would have taken the title last fall.
Yeah. Ravi says, Cola, yeah, a guitar. And Piccolo's like, more like cellos, harps, and an entire horn section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fiddle.
We're talking about Danny Elfman, Ravi, doing all of the theme music for wrestlers. Not just a guitar. Ravi says Dee could do triangle for a theme.
That's what I would want to do.
The triangle?
The triangle. Or the kettlebell.
Sophie says Cody should be thanking The Rock for rejecting this year's Mania because I don't think he would be fighting Roman at this year's Mania if they did get The Rock.
I don't know how they would have done it. I still do believe that he would have been champion. They might have just had him drop the title earlier than expected. I think Roman wouldn't be champion heading into Mania.
True. Probably not. Chris says, yeah, Stratton will become champ. Quentin says, thank goodness the whole Judgment Day is not here. Just Priest, because both Rhea and Finn got Edge and Charlotte Flair on their plate.
Yeah.
Piccolo says, when was the last time anyone bought a volume of WWE soundtracks?
I don't know if you can.
Do they even make them?
I was going to say, can you even buy that
Can
stuff
you, like,
anymore?
go, like, on Spotify or anywhere and do, like, a download of them or something? Ravi says, Sophie, he can't because The Rock was never coming back.
100% you can, by the way.
Oh. Sophie...
Whoa! Like, Dominic was trying to cheat to win.
Sophie says Puerto Rico having SmackDown on pay-per-view. Good for them. Piccolo says a little cowbell. I want more of it. Chris says all of Judgment has Mania matches. Priest doesn't dead weight much. Ravi says, why did a random advert from Manscaped just appear? LOL. Very random. Sophie says, what's the soundtrack? I haven't heard that since 2013. And Chris says, well, they have WWE themes on Spotify. And Piccolo says, Ravi, they just want to keep Twig and Berries manageable. Don't buy it. It's a farce and garbage.
If you use Spotify, you can actually take downloads off of Spotify. True thing.
Shh, Travis. Don't be telling people how to do illegal things.
That's not illegal. It's a legit app. Spotify. It's so you can use offline listening to your Spotify account if you don't have premium. I already have premium, so I don't need to use it. Whoa! Dominic just got hit with a lariat. Going up. Dominic's going to slip off the back. No! Head first. Damien's beside himself. Do you see him holding his face? Like a concerned mother. 1, 2, and 3. No! Somehow, Calm Down kicks out. Why are we calling him Calm Down?
I have no idea.
Somebody out there does.
That's Ravi. Ravi calls him Condom.
Because he's a condom.
Yeah.
Because he's used during sex.
No, because he's a con artist.
Oh.
And he's a Dominic.
Condom.
It's C-O-N. Con.
Condom.
Dom.
He's conning us all.
If he was a condom, he wouldn't be there. So, there's that.
Is this the 2 worst wrestlers ever?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't think so.
I'm not even paying attention, so I can't even help you on that one. Piccolo's like, I just want to fly.
Out there that I don't like more than these guys, right? Isn't there one I always talk about? I feel like there's one out there that I know
like his wrestling style?
Yeah, just pure. I say it all the time that he's the worst wrestler ever. I know Mia Yim's the worst female, probably the worst wrestler ever. Period, like all around. But 1, 2, and 3. Dominic Mysterio beats John Wrestling clean.
Well, he's injured from being beat up at his home earlier.
Yeah.
So, there's
we just call that built-in excuses, but
his built-in excuse is there. So he says, what's the difference between Spotify and iTunes? iTunes is ran by Apple, and Spotify is not.
Ran by Spotify.
Robbie says, didn't Run DMC do the theme for DX?
You know what? I have no idea, but you could Google that.
Pico says big baller premium money bags. Robbie's like, hello, yeah.
No, and I would go out on a limb and say that it's that Jim Jeffries or whatever his name is who did it. Actually, I know it's Jim Jeffries that did it because I watched the thing on it.
Oh, the theme for DX?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Watch that. That's actually pretty interesting. Look him up and watch how he wrote that song.
Chris says, Travis, do you think Okada would fit in WWE?
I think they could make a way for him to work just like they did with Nakamura. But I don't think they like to use the Japanese wrestlers that much. Triple H is a little bit different, though, and so things can change. But yeah, I mean, the Great Muta worked.
Right.
And he's got size and strength. He would just have to have a gimmick. You can't just be a wrestler to work in WWE.
True.
It's very rare can a guy that is a wrestler just work, and that's what he does. Like Daniel Bryan, he got away with it because he was small. If he was a bigger guy, he would have just been boring. You have to have more than just be a wrestler. And so there's mic skills, and then there's storytelling. And can he do that at this level?
Right. Oh, Mushmallow says Demon Finn Balor versus Edge at WrestleMania.
Well, that's going to do it. He's going to go ask his mom for permission to face his dad.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, he's going to do it meanly.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be mean to his mom. Because he said, that's how I'm going to get you to do it. I know how I'm going to get you to do it. The way to do it would be to have Rhea do it to her.
Pukol says, LOL, me judging you for not having YouTube Premium. Sophie says, I got Pandora on my phone, which hasn't been working right for some reason. Robbie says, LOD, something like that. Chris says, you hate Mia Yim. Yes, Mia Yim is shitty.
Worst wrestler I've ever seen. She looks good. Don't get me wrong. She's pretty. Like, her body's good.
And she still can't wrestle.
She is the absolute worst I have ever witnessed in a wrestling ring. Ever. And I've watched wrestling since I was a little kid. So we'll say 30 years of watching wrestling. It's way longer than that, but we'll just say 30 years.
People says it's pretty close. I mean, put Joey Janela in a triple threat.
Joey's pretty bad, but at least he can move. Like, Mia Yim can't do anything, and it's hard to watch. And putting her in there with Shayna Baszler, it was in 2019 at SummerSlam weekend, NXT. Watch that match if you think I'm lying. If you honestly think that, no, Travis isn't telling the truth. 2019, SummerSlam weekend, whatever that pay-per-view was for NXT, watch it and watch the Mia Yim Shayna Baszler match. It was like a walk-through practice.
It was horrible. It was so bad. So bad.
I've never seen something like it before in my life.
And then you're thinking, well, maybe it's they didn't do well together. Oh, no. They're fucking shitty apart, too. Like, yeah. Shayna's really slow. And so when you... Which is fine. And Mia Yim sucks.
And you can get away with being slow if you're working with somebody else. Like, Shayna and Bayley would be perfect. It would just work. Mm-hmm. But Mia, she just can't. Mm-mm. She can't get it done.
And she fucks up a lot.
Well, she can't get it done. You know, and a lot of people are like, did you watch her in Impact? And I'm like, well, no, because I don't watch Impact.
Right.
But I've seen her wrestle before multiple times, and now she's on the main roster, so now I've actually seen her wrestle quite a bit more, and she is the exact same. So I don't know what she was doing in Impact
that made her different or better?
Better than what she's done on the main roster here and on the main roster in NXT, or whatever, not main roster, whatever, but in NXT.
Right. Chris says Tegan Nox is also the worst. D hates her.
Tegan isn't bad. She just can't stay healthy.
When you don't have knees, I'm pretty sure that you probably shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a love, though. I get it.
Sophie says YouTube TV is raising prices. Piccolo says condom ravioli wrestling. Ravi says Cola, his name is Dom, and so I added the con at the beginning to call him condom. LOL. Sophie says, do you think Jay White would fit in the WWE?
There's another one. I think he's better than Okada for WWE, not in wrestling. For the fact that he can do promos. He's an awesome heel. He doesn't have a lot of size, so he's like a Johnny Gargano type, but a way better character. So as long as they use him correctly, it absolutely would work. Untuck It. They got pretty big. I remember when they first started.
Yeah, like they were like this weird little startup stuff you didn't hear about, and all of a sudden they're just everywhere. Ravi says Dom is the worst on the mic. Pickle's like, I swear, why is Priest just a sausage wallet now? Just a simple-minded henchman.
Poor guy. He was a champion, and I honestly thought he would be a good champion, and then he was a good champion. So I have no idea what happened with him.
I don't know. I think what happened with him was Bad Bunny. The minute that they had to put him with Bad Bunny and the pandemic stuff, he went downhill. Fucking downhill from there. I haven't seen him good since then.
Yeah. And usually when they cycle younger people, younger as an experience, because he is an older guy. I think he's in his mid to late 30s. When they cycle those guys, they usually don't do it so fast. Like he was a flashbang. He became United States champion or whatever champion it was. I think it was United States though. And it was over.
Yep. Sophie says we got 12 days of Mania and the card makes sense for being 2 nights. Chris says Ray versus Dom at Mania. I think Aaliyah returns at Mania and turns on Ray. Ravi says, D, what's with being greasy to Mia Yim? That's what she done to rattle you. Sophie says, Aaliyah, right, Mysterio's daughter that had a storyline relationship with Buddy Murphy, which they dropped before Murphy got released. Chris says Mia was just fighting guys in Impact. So makes sense. Makes her good?
Yes. Because that's like working with Bailey. The guys can physically move her and carry her. And so
I guess that would make sense. They could make her look good. Because she can't do it on her own.
That would make any woman look good to wrestle men that are capable.
Yeah.
Because you would be thrown further and you'd jump, like a punch would knock you further,
Right. Pico says Wrestle Talk started a series where the lads react to some of the worst matches ever. It's a hoot. Sophie says Dom versus Ray is going to make it happen. Pico says I think Jay White is Bay light in my opinion. Sophie says... Right.
Cole's pretty damn good on the mic. And he has a good character. So Adam Cole would definitely work on the main roster. He would be like a CM Punk type, but more of a baby face. But he could definitely work. Adam Cole.
Sophie says, it sounds like Dom is going to do something bad to the Mysterio family to make Ray accept his WrestleMania challenge.
He's going after his mommy.
Ravi says, I feel like I have watched WrestleMania with Sophie spoiling it. Pico says, obviously, there's going to be an immediate comparison. Jay White as a Bullet Club leader. Harley says, one of my friends that I went to school with about to have their first baby. Oh, well, congratulations. That's fantastic. Sophie says, at last year's Mania, we didn't get a U.S. or IC championship match. And Piccola says he'll always be compared to AJ Styles, Balor, Cole, Omega, etc. Piccola says, I wonder if Jordan Grace would ever get the WWE call up.
I was watching her. So I've never seen her before. Just pictures of her and her body transformation over the past 5 years, 4 years. Mm-hmm. I watched her wrestle the other night, and she's not bad, but she's tiny. I didn't realize how little she is.
I think she's even shorter than Liv and Alexa Bliss.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Because I don't
she's
know who
around
she was
that size.
But she was a lot smaller. Because I was thinking she was like 5'10", 5'11", maybe even close to 6 foot.
She's only like 5'2".
Well, because of her picture, she just looks like a big girl.
Yeah.
And then I saw her in the ring, and I was like, oh, she's tiny. But it's not bad. Women, you can get away with it. Like, I'm not doing what I do with men. I'm
pretty sure she's about the same size as Bliss and Liv. They're only like 5'2", 5'4".
But she wasn't moving like you think that she would. She's not used to her smaller self yet. Like, her athleticism hasn't caught up with her body. Mm-hmm. But yes, I think she has potential. I've seen her once. Kind of not the
really, yeah. Can't give a really good
yeah, like that's not that's very biased because I've just seen what she looks like, and her body is freaking amazing because she's literally cutting for a world championship bodybuilding show right now.
Right. Lionel Messi, world champion in the chat. Hey, Lionel Messi.
I like Messi.
Come on, Randy Orton Raw is in your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think his back's there, man.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley coming out.
Chris says Edge should go to AEW and have one last fight with Christian. Since Christian is doing some great heel work in AEW.
Well, maybe he's leaving. He did get buried alive. They ended that feud. Mm-hmm. And they don't have room for people over there.
Chris says Jordan Grace also fighting guys in Impact.
Yeah, see, I watched the match last week. So if you guys watched it last week, that match that she was in.
Yeah. Rally's in the chat. Hey, Rally says, hi. Raw, okay so far. Good start. Then mid.
Yeah, well, it started out with the Bloodline. Bloodline's always great.
Pukol says, yeah, Chris, that's why I mentioned her too. Ravi says, Edge, stop being an idiot with this promo. No wonder Finn is going to kick her ass. Chris says, honestly, do you think Edge versus Balor and Hell in a Cell at Mania overbooked? Like, on paper, it makes sense, but is it actually necessary?
No, they don't need to. And is it going to be the Demon, or is it just going to be Finn Balor? If it's just Finn Balor, he's losing. But if it's the Demon, that's a different story. They could make that really fun.
Raleigh says, wow, Brad Shepard at it again on Twitter, taking shots at Sean Ross Sapp, Denise Salcido, and even Matt Cardona. Some people thumbs down.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
People should take shots at Sean Ross Sapp. Like, they should take real ones. Robbie says, Impact, do people actually watch it? LOL. I guess, Robbie. There's a lot of people that seem to watch it. They're in our chat sometimes and watch Impact.
Oh.
A lot of people are very, like, Impact people.
I watched it just to see how they were going to do it with Mickie James because I thought she was going to lose, the girl she was fighting. That's why I was watching, by the way. And that Deanna Peraza, or whatever her name is, came down and helped her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the?
Oh.
Because they hate each other.
Oh, God.
But she helped her win, which was just weird to me. And then I missed it, and I thought that she had lost because she was just sitting there afterward. But then I rewound it and saw that she actually won because of the roll-up. I thought she lost because of the roll-up when I first seen it.
Chris says, maybe Fiend returns at Mania during Edge versus Balor during Hell in a Cell.
So, hey, Rhea, we're going to have you do your promos by yourself. So Charlotte doesn't talk.
Right? Because if Charlotte talks, she has to, like, dumb it herself down for it. It's so lame.
Well, because you're Rhea Bloody Ripley and you beat people up. That's Charlotte. That's her promo. I'm like,
what the fuck? Chris says that. And
don't what me. You're all perfect.
Oh, well, welcome to the SRS hate chat. Have my reasons.
No.
No, I hate him. I hate the Sean Ross Sapp.
Why are we still talking?
Chris says Sean Ross Sapp is a simp over all his girl employees like Denise. Rob is like, Mickie James, ain't she like 50? Probably.
Yeah, she's still the champion, or at least she was like. And when I say last week, I don't mean the Thursday that just happened. It was Thursday before that one. I didn't watch this Thursdays because I was watching the basketball.
Pico says, don't worry, I stan Will Washington more. Raleigh says, I watch Impact. Mickie James is gorgeous. Lots of great wrestlers in Impact.
Dude, she was in Psych. She was in the second season of Psych, or was that third season? Third season of Psych. It might have
been the third season of it.
No joke, she was in Psych. I was like,
she was
is that
a roller
Mickie James?
derby girl.
Yeah, I was like, is that Mickie James? And we looked it up, and yep, it was. And she looked good. She was young at the time, and
Ravi says, Rhea, what crap you chatting now? God knows.
She's just talking bad about Charlotte. You have to go home.
That Denise girl is a twat. So annoying. Pickle's like, oh, I'm getting insecure, Mammy Rhea. Raleigh's like, hi, Ravi. She's 40s, Mickey James. Chris says, Rhea has a JD on her right eye. Is that stand for JD McDonough over on NXT? No, it's for Judgment Day, you guys.
We ask every single week.
So, she either has that or she has a scale on her cheek right there that she puts on with makeup. And no shit, last week Travis goes, why does she have a JD on her cheek? What does that even mean? And I said, you know, I asked that same question a couple weeks ago when she had it on there. And I was like, and it stands for Judgment Day because she's in the fucking Judgment Day. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. Well, why like, she has scales on her cheek is for judgment. You know, as in the scales of justice.
Oh, scales. Okay. I thought you meant fish scales. I'm like, why does she have scales on her face?
Like scales.
Yeah, I get it.
Riley's like, that. Chris says Rhea has a... Oh, I read that. Riley says 43 Mickey James is.
So Damage Control's
43.
Coming out to fight Rhea?
Pickle's like, it stands for Jelly Donut.
Right?
Those are pretty good sometimes. Like Bismarck's better.
Or Just Dominic.
Just Dominic could be. I was like, she's same age as Dee. She's a little bit younger. Quentin says in Judgment Day was a WWE pay-per-view.
Yes, it was.
Robbie says Dee would look good with JD on her cheek. Gross, dude. And Pickle says, it's my baby mama Bailey.
Yeah.
Your role model?
She is a role model to millions.
Uh-oh. She's still that? I thought they didn't like her anymore.
I have no idea.
Yeah, she doesn't need your help. Crazy.
Bailey and the Riff Raff just got turned off. They're like,
Raleigh says, is it just me or is Chelsea Green doing great character work earlier? I thought it was funny.
Yeah, absolutely. She's great. Since she's turned to the main roster or the roster.
Robbie's like, LOL laughing D with her drawn tattoos. Dude, I don't have anything written on my face, do I? That's Rhea writing shit on her face.
Just donuts.
Just donuts.
She doesn't like donuts.
I like donuts. They don't like me.
Just pancakes.
Pancakes don't like me either. And they smell and look delicious. And they taste good.
Oh! Bay Rhea tonight.
Ew.
Make it happen. Make it official.
Bring it. I'm going to make it official right now. You go out there and get it done.
I'm going to make this match official right now.
Chelsea Green going to be right there?
Oh. No. Why would she be there?
I don't know. Just to annoy him.
All right. Bailey's out there. We got ourselves a match.
Robbie's like a little laughing D. And Chris says Kai still rocking the hater hairstyle. Robbie's like Bailey owning Rhea's ass.
Wait, so are they starting it while we're off the air?
Yes. No. Yes.
Oh, look, I mean, the referee ran in and
they got in there and then she jumped up on the side. I don't know.
Ding dong. USFL. So Donald Trump owned a team in that.
That's funny.
And then they sued the NFL and won.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't care, so he just wanted $1. And he still has the $1. It's the only lawsuit to ever sue the NFL and win.
That's pretty funny.
Because they had a, whatever you call it, a monopoly.
He sued, so he countersued for $1. That's hilarious.
It's Trump.
I mean, it's just funny. Just such a thing. Ravi's like, donuts, not seen the hype on them. Maybe you've had the wrong kind of donuts, Ravi. Maybe the donuts over in England are gross. Piccolo says, who would win, Bayley's group or Soraya's group in a 6-woman tag? Bayley's group would win.
Soraya's.
Do you think Soraya's group would win?
They're all 3 good.
Yeah,
maybe not Tony, but the other 2 are.
Soraya's broken. I don't even know how you can be good when you're broken. We're not going
by that. We're just going by what she was. So Saraya is just as good as Bayley.
Dakota Kai?
No, we'll get there.
Ruby
is just as... Well, she's better than any of the other ones. So there's 2 on... That's 2 on 1 handicap match. And then Toni Storm's just as good as the other 2.
Vindicator says, so Bayley is probably getting a bonus in that paycheck tonight, offering herself up to be a jobber.
Yeah, she's definitely losing this. Unless they can do an interference or something.
Right. Robbie says, D, is women's wrestling in WWE improving?
No.
Like, I guess, what do you consider improving? Because I haven't seen it. Chris says Donald T is supposed to be arrested tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work.
What the fuck? You guys are
I have seen that, though. I don't know what it's about.
The lies. It's probably not even real. Where's the facts? Vindicator says, but who are the fans supposed to root for since Rhea and Bayley are heels? Another meaningless match that makes no sense.
They're trying to make these heels baby faces. We're seeing it with Asuka, too. She's a heel. Quit making her baby face.
It's weird. Robbie's like, no, we got your fave Krispy Kreme. I don't like Krispy Kreme donuts. And those are corporate marketed donuts, and that's why they're not good. See, you have to get the donuts that come from like little mom and pop shop type places. Then you're going to get good donuts. Vindicator says, you sure will definitely go down as the worst WrestleMania season build up ever, aside from Cody, Kevin, Sammy versus Bloodline and Gunter versus Sheamus, which was ruined by jamming Drew into the mix.
Yeah, it's all right, though.
Pickle is like, Krispy Kreme is better than Dunkin', fight me. I've never had Dunkin', Pickle, so I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even say.
I have no idea. A donut's a donut to me. I've tasted all sorts of donuts from like Albertsons through whatever, and they all taste exactly the same. They got cream in them, and they got shit on top of them. That's it. Like it's they are pure sugar and donut.
Right. Robbie's like, hello, what a local bakery? Yeah, that like makes donuts. Piccolo, she'll be with me on this one on what donuts are good in our city. She worked at the donut place that have the best donuts in town.
The potato donuts?
They're potato donuts.
Does that mean there's no flour in them?
No, there's flour in them. They just, I don't remember how they use the potato as a base, but they still have to have flour. Chris says, Kai is better than Ruby, though, because she is a 2-time NXT Tag Champ, Ruby no champ. Io and Tony are equal, even though Io was NXT Champ. Tony never was, but she was NXT UK Champ, so they are equal.
I'm not going by their NXT stuff. I'm going by their WWE main roster stuff. And Ruby was pretty damn good. I think she would have been the next women's champion if it wasn't for Ronda Rousey back in the day. Damn. That was dumb.
Yeah.
I do like how they're making her way more feminine, though.
Yeah.
Like putting her in a bra to wrestle. It's going to work. That'll work. That'll sell.
It's definitely good.
And she's not wearing her ass out shorts that she's been wearing. She looks better in pants. And a sports bra, or whatever this is, than what she's been wearing. So yes, this works from a man's point of view.
Chris says, so honestly, Damage Control versus
Look, she's holding her like a baby.
Is either way 50-50. Robbie says, custard or jam are dirty for donuts. What do you mean? What does that mean, Robbie? Your weird slang.
I don't know what that is, but that looked like it hurt.
Piccolo says, I'm curious to know how to make them as well as cupcakes. How to make cupcakes? What?
A cupcake you just make with dough.
Cupcake is just cake batter, but you just put it in cupcake pans, muffin tins, instead of a cake tin.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I don't know the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Yes, the Muffin Man.
Yes, the Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Run, run, run.
The muffin one?
Little gingerbread man.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Not my gumdrop buttons. Robbie says Dana Brooke is clear off all. Chris says, yeah, I like Rhea in them tights she used to wear. Like her pants?
I'm just saying her upper clothing is better tonight.
Robbie says, I'm saying they are awful. Oh. Well, that's your prerogative, Robbie. And they do make them without filling, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and those donuts are all right, but I would never want one. It's just too much dough.
So the only ones I like that don't have filling in them are those old-fashioned ones that I get that McKenna eats if I get them, usually.
The ones that are glazed?
They're not really
they're
glazed.
Kind of knobby?
Yeah, they're old-fashioned donuts, those ones. Sour cream donuts or whatever. So they're not really doughy. They're more of a cake. Not really cake donuts either. Those are
Rhea
different,
kicks
too.
Out.
Anyways.
Becky coming down to even the odds here.
Pickle says, if you were an intermediate baker, would most baked goods be easy?
Look at what she's wearing. Oh. She brought her own popcorn.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Trish, Lita, Becky. These girls are just having a blast.
Bunch of sillies.
Oh shit. No. They're not very good table makers.
It's probably an IKEA table, so the instructions were unclear.
Yeah, you know, they do have pretty rough instructions sometimes. The best way to do it is just watch a YouTube video, because somebody will just do it. And then you can just go back and do it. Like these I never finished. Like the drawers. All you have to do is put the screws in. The screws are just laying in each drawer. Each drawer has 2 screws in it.
For what?
To connect the hinge to this drawer.
Oh.
But they're on there. They work just fine.
Except for the one you threw down the stairs.
I tripped. Good thing I didn't go face first with it. I tried to do it right with a dolly. Don't do that. I should just carry the damn
Threw
thing.
it down the stairs. Like, and chuck it down the stairs.
Yeah. I can't believe how well they're built, where it didn't break.
It did break.
It broke drawers. It didn't break the cabinet.
It still broke it.
The drawers.
It looks like shit.
Well, it's because I haven't put it back together yet.
Because you broke it.
Because I haven't put it back together yet.
You threw it down the stairs.
I tripped down the stairs with a dolly in my hand.
P. Cola said, if you were an intermediate baker, would most baked goods be easy? Yes. Most baked goods. Okay, so being a baker is different from being a cook, right? Being a baker, you have to, like... If you're going to be a very professional baker, you weigh everything. But if you're going to be an intermediate baker, you just follow the directions and measure everything exactly how it is and follow the recipe. Because there's a reason why you follow the recipe. Baking, you do not experiment unless you know what your recipe is. You have to experiment
because you don't know your stove. So you don't just go, okay, I'm going to make 10,000 omelets or whatever you bake, and then just hope that they all turn out right. You have to learn your equipment.
I'm not saying that part.
That's what experimenting means.
You're not. Nope. I'm talking about just recipes. I'm talking about what you're making. If you're making a cake. If you're making a cake, you follow the directions of the cake specifically for the ingredients and all. That's it. Right. Now, when it comes to your equipment, that's something that you're going to have to figure out because everybody's stove and everything is different and it may not be exactly what it is.
Your elevation
in
matters. Your
instructions.
Humidity matters. All that stuff matters. So you have to learn that.
That is not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. That is not experimenting. You don't experiment with baked goods. You don't experiment with them unless you know what you're doing. As in, oh, hey, if I take this recipe and I add something to it, is it going to fuck up the whole thing?
All right, so now we've got even sides. Actually, it looks like Rhea Ripley's got more help out there. Although I don't know why they would be helping Rhea. That might do it. That's her finisher. She kicked out at a 1.
Maybe they just want to keep her little friends in check. Maybe it's to, make it so Bailey's distracted so she loses, so Bria wins. This is your distraction you were looking for.
Again, two Belly to Bailey's. Oh.
Chris says 2 women matches tonight. Asuka and Belair versus Green and Piper later.
Yeah, that should be a pretty good one.
Ravi says, I thought I met the Muffin Man when I had too many rum and cokes. Are you sure it wasn't a pink elephant? Chris says, Rhea in NXT gear and early main roster gear was hot. Piccolo says, well, the commercial style cupcakes, the ones that are elevated with all the fancy frosting.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to like that fancy frosting.
Fancy frosting is it's just a type of frosting that's pretty easy to make, and then it's just piping it onto the cupcakes a certain way. That's all it is. The cupcake underneath is the exact same as any other cupcake.
It's just a cake.
Robbie says, nah, chocolate eclairs are clear. Okay, your clear and dirty shit is dumb, Robbie. I don't know where you picked this crap up from, but it's stupid. If you're picking up from your crazy people where you work at, stop it. Just stop with the dumb. Chris says, why are they overbooking this? This is too much star power. It feels like I'm playing 2K23.
Right.
Pickle says, I had one where they made a bourbon whiskey frosting to a pecan pie flavored cupcake. Mm-hmm.
Sounds perfect.
Robbie says, Lita, Trish, and Becky, the B-Tech Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Harley says, my opinion, Krispy Kreme donuts is highly overrated. I personally think so, too. I'm not a huge Krispy Kreme donut fan. Oh, Mushmallow says, I love WWE 2K23. And Pico says, I'll share some pics of this one place that's popular here in the South D. Good.
There
Chris says, being a Brit baker, a baker from Britsburg. Robbie says, what's that patter cake baker's man who follows a recipe? Patty cake? Is that what you're talking about, Robbie?
Baker's man.
Bake me a cake as fast as you can.
Take the dough and roll it up. I don't know. I haven't played that since I was a kid. I bet you my sister would still know that.
It's like roll it, something, mark it with a B, put it in the oven and bake it for baby and me.
Right.
Ravi says, who follows a recipe? Most bakers do. Raleigh says, I love a big fat chocolate cake. Nice. Can't beat it. Uzi fan in the chat. Hey, Uzis.
Hey, Uzis.
Like stuns Travis. Robbie's like, D, you could teach Betty Crocker how to bake. Oop, I opened a can of worms. Sorry, y'all. As Picola says, Uzi fan stuns Robbie. And Chris says Nigerian nail, a.k.a. Samoan Spike to Travis. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
That's mean, you guys. They're trying to put him out.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
Hey, that was the exact same length as the Dominic and John wrestling match.
Exactly
the same.
Exactly the same. I think her JD got smudged on her face a little bit there.
Oh, no.
Oh, dang it. Sadness. Robbie's like, what about cakes made in a mug in a microwave? I have no idea. I never even remotely make stuff like that. I've seen it. People do it. Heard of it. Robbie says, nah, D just gets heated over recipes. Oh, Mushmallow says, my favorite WWE superstars is Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman and also Brock Lesnar.
That's some good guys.
Uzi fans like, stuns, oh, Marshmallow. Poor Marshmallow gets the stun.
How he's looking for Otis. Hey, find him?
Otis.
Look at him. He's getting a Manny. Coach Master.
Give myself a manicure.
I think he said handy cure.
Oh, God, gross.
It is. WrestleMania. They're going to be wrestling at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Picola. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, so basically all they're doing is they're making just a regular cupcake and they've made them like green and orange and stuff like that. And then the frosting is like probably certain types of frosting. And they probably made their ghosts like out of a fondant or something so that they're more stiff. Ayla could probably tell you a little bit more about that. I don't really do a lot of that kind of thing.
It's going to be a hand model.
Is he going to eat that cucumber that's just hanging out on his belly? It's kind of creepy and weird. Oh, there it goes. There it is.
He overexposed his cheekbones.
I really wanted him to just stuff it in his face, and he did.
Or on his eyes and then his belly. We'll wait for the photog. Go with the woman. Oh. He's a player. Maxine Dupree.
Not sure why she's after him. It's so creepy.
Anybody that rejects him though, she's a lifer now. Yeah. That's what he did to Mandy too. Blech. Here comes Ricochet.
Chris says me and Uzi fan assisted tag finisher Spike pile drive to Travis. Oh jeez. Ravi says, D, would people look at you funny if you had JD on your cheek? Ravi, I think people look at any person funny if they have weird stuff written all over their faces. Just saying. It's weird. Uzi says, Spirit of Travis tags in Chris, and P calls like, his belly is a flavor saver. Ew. Yes. Gross. Nasty.
Hollywood. Ricochet. Well, that's after the break. Body wax? Rich is gonna get his body wax.
So,
Oh no. This is like the Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 40-year-old virgin.
Kelly Clarkson. They really did it to him. It was so
I know.
Funny. It's even funnier because he's bloody.
Uh-huh.
Tony Blair's favorite socks. Oh. Ed Sheeran.
Jesus.
I don't even know who that is, but that's funny.
Huh.
Should have done it with Drew next.
They should have done it with Drew because he actually has hair. It would have been way more funny. Because the rest of them don't have any. That's stupid.
That's what he lives for.
Chris is like, Rikishi dances, celebrate, and ring. Robbie says, wow, the D, it's the highlight of the night, Dumb and Dumber. Robbie says, Braun and Ricochet. What the heck? Pickles says, Pickles like, I would yell out Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
All right. Jimmy Snuka. Superfly. Good stuff. Now we're just waiting for that commercial breakdown, but we got Chad Gable in there with Ricochet. Ricochet's the clear favorite here.
Ugh. Is he though? Ugh.
Chad Gable doesn't win.
Of
kind of like LA Knight.
Yeah, he just doesn't win at all anymore about anything.
Who wins, Chad Gable or LA Knight? They both lose.
They both lose. P calls says, or maybe Scotty too hottie. Chris says, I think they should just have a mega movie star group. Like have Miz, Maurice, Maxine Dupree, Chelsea Green, LA Knight, Tiffany Stratton. Robbie's like, they are dumb and dumber, Ricochet and Braun.
Call them like the Illuminati or something.
Illuminati.
You have to sell your soul to be in the group.
Oh, God.
Chorus light.
It's weird.
Said no man ever.
Taking a bubble bath and watching fucking basketball.
The NCAA tournament.
With your socks on. Pretty sure he left his socks on.
That would be even weirder. Oh.
Just
Yeah, stay. We're still in commercial break, but we do have Ricochet coming out. Well, he's out. And then we got Chad Gable. Oh, Gary. Well, I'm glad that you're getting food during a commercial break. What? Said I'm glad you're getting food during a commercial.
Me too. I figured it'd be over by now. But it seems like it's taking forever.
Yeah, it's a long commercial because we're waiting for Chad Gable to come down to the ring.
Chad Gable has to hurry up and walk down to the ring.
They'll probably have Gable out there when we come back. There's another commercial. It went from Gary to Crisley.
Mary?
Crisley.
Oh.
And Gary, not Mary. Oh. Andy Kaufman to be introduced into the WWE Hall of Fame. Good stuff. Is Andy Kaufman still around? I figure he'd be long gone.
He's not dead.
I would assume he is. I have no idea. I mean, they keep saying congratulations like he's alive. All right, here comes Chad Gable. Remember when he was Shorty G? Otis.
Everybody made fun of him for
getting his hand modeling underway.
His hand model?
Yeah, he's looking at his hands as he's coming to the ring.
Because that's the only.
See, he's still doing it.
Because that's the only type of whatchamacallit he can do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people want to work with him now.
Got it. Here.
What are you eating?
Cereal.
That is cereal. That is breakfast food.
Still food.
You're like, I want Fruity Pebbles. Bitches. All right, we got Chad Gable in there with Ricochet.
Dale Sutton in the chat. Hey, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
Says, can't wait for my brother-in-law comes back to WWE.
Yeah.
P-Cole says, the answer is always Joey Janela. I mean, he's the next Logan Paul. Robert says, you once said Ricochet deserved his chance. No. Dale Sutton says, he is long gone. P-Cole says, he's been dead since the Man on the Moon. P-Cole says, oh, wow, it says 1984. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that stuff was old. Long, long time ago. Ricochet's down. Chad Gable up over his back. Gets him in a chokehold. Hey, did anybody watch the NCAA tournaments this weekend? They had the wrestling tournaments on. Championship round started at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Right after the UFC, basically, because the UFC was in London, England.
I wonder if Lawler's going to be
the O2 Arena.
Do anything for that Hall of Fame stuff for Andy Kaufman.
Maybe. All right, Chad Gable got him in a side headlock. Chad Gable is a pretty good amateur wrestler in his own right. Not a Kurt Angle. But.
My brother-in-law is Randy Orton.
Oh, Randy.
Mr. Randy Orton.
Orton. Randy Orton. Anyways, Chad Gable's got him in an arm bar. He throws him into the ropes. Ricochet turns it around, falls him into the corner, up over, rolls him through. What? Ricochet kicks out. What? What's that? Rolls off the back. Ducks the lariat. Comes back over with a little Frankensteiner right there. Little baby Frankensteiner, you'd call that. And then a drop kick. It smells like Fruity Pebbles in here. Big kick. I don't know. That was like a slap uppercut. Never seen a slap uppercut before. And I watched that slap challenge stuff on Wednesdays, which isn't even that. They do it on a site, kind of like a TikTok site. I don't know what it's called, but that's how you have to watch it.
You can't even...
The slap challenge stuff. It just is them guys living in a house. It's like a reality show. It's really dumb.
Don't show the slap challenge stuff anymore?
Yeah, they don't actually do slaps. They live in a house.
Okay, so before it showed him doing slaps and now they can't?
No, the first one we watched was how they got into the house.
Oh.
And then they got into the house. Now they're just in a house. So to watch the slapping, you have to watch it. It's like on Saturdays or something on some app. Kind of like, it's like Grindr or something. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Anyways, it's an app.
So they literally lied to you to reel you in.
Lies.
To watch a fucking reality show that has nothing to do with actually slapping people.
Right. It's kind of like what they did with the UFC, the houses. They had houses there and the fighters were part of houses. They call it like the UFC something. Anyways, I don't know what it is. I watch every UFC pay-per-view, but I still don't know what it's called. But they all live in a house also.
Oh.
And they all fight each other. There's
weird.
2 different teams.
Huh.
Or more. I don't know. There might be more teams. But I think there's just 2 teams.
Harley says, Travis, if she wants to eat cereal, let her eat cereal.
Yeah. Let them eat cake.
Chris says Rico versus Gable would be a New Japan match if this wasn't WWE. Pico says, oh, so Travis, did you see the Bama pitcher have a complete no-hitter during the College World Series?
I did not. That's pretty cool, though. Why is Alabama all of a sudden really good at sports, other than football? Isn't their basketball team really good, too?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they the number 1 seed? Or is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now they got pitchers throwing no-hitters. Their football program's paying for all this shit. You know it does. It's a $1 billion business.
Pico says her name is Montana Fouts. Are you talking about softball, Piccola?
Montana Fouts, huh? She related to Fouts, was it Doug Fouts? Whoever the Fouts is, it's a Hall of Famer.
Chris says, U of H Go Cogs Final Four. Yeah, he was watching the softball
that's actually
World Series. Those are actually really good.
I like watching those. I used to watch those back in the
too.
Ginny Finch days.
But anyways, they did a no-hitter. Her name is Montana Fouts. And he said, yep, it's about softball. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Dale Sutton says, fun fact, Randy was never born in St. Louis. He was born in St. Charles, Missouri.
Missouri. That's wherever your mom's at when she decides to go into labor. It'd be cool to be born in a plane. People be like, where were you at? Well, nobody really knows.
I'll go to this area somewhere.
So is your birth certificate have to be in that state if you're flying over it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the state you flew out of, or is it the state you're flying to? Or do you just get to pick your state?
I don't know how they do that.
And what if you were like halfway over, like right on a border, and you popped out? Like your hand was born in Idaho, but your butt was born in Canada or something. Are you a dual citizen? Your foot's from Nova Scotia. Do they have laws for this stuff? You'd be a dual citizen. You'd be at least one of this. You'd be a Canadian.
Maybe.
And then obviously you're an American because your parents are both American.
Right.
That'd be interesting. I feel like if you're a pregnant woman, that's probably why they don't let them fly. That makes sense. It's not from the danger. It's because they don't want them to have babies on the airplanes.
I don't think they want them to have babies on airplanes, period, sweetie.
That's what I just said.
Could you imagine the pressure when you're...
Yeah, the pressure of not knowing what state you're born in. What country. What if you're born in international waters and you're just not a citizen of anything?
I'm pretty sure that you're a citizen of whoever owns the plane, maybe. I don't know.
Unlike United Airlines. States. Or what's the one, the Middle East Airlines? Emirate Estates there, like whatever it's called. That would be funny. A Middle Eastern
country owns the airline.
Oh.
Weirdo.
Ricochet kicked him in the face. How rude is that? What a rude wrestler. Clothesline. More rudeness. Ricochet. Shooting star.
Cable.
What? What'd she say? A-hole?
Is that poor Gable?
Yeah, Gable's going to lose to Ricochet.
They really hate that guy, don't they?
Well, it's because he's short. Short AG. Yeah. Shoosh. You could do a shoosh and what? Shoosh. What? Shoosh. Wouldn't work. 2 and so close. Come on, Gable. Pull this match out somehow.
Anyways, Dale said he gets a real kick when they say St. Louis. Harley says, good night, everybody. Going to bed. Good night, Harley. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll
2 and 3.
Chris says, more rude than Rick Rude.
Yeah. Or the ravishing one. Otis. Say his name right or don't say it at all. Corey.
Yeah, Corey.
This is awesome. If you're into awesome stuff. That's what the crowd said. Gable's twisting on that ankle. He got to the... No, he didn't.
People says, where's Boogs been?
He's
hanging out with Elias.
He's on every week. Remember how he set up the fight 2 weeks ago? And then last week they actually did the fight with Bronson Reed and... What's his name? Ezekiel's brother.
The storyline with Elias didn't last.
It's still in the middle of it.
I don't think they stopped that storyline.
He has to take notes. Who's coming down? Look at the ramp. Well, you can't miss it.
It's Dupree.
there's Corey. It's hard not to. I was waiting for him to say something. Keep your eye on the entryway. It's hard not to. Gable. Well, you can't blame him.
So, question. Are they breaking these guys up?
I would assume so.
So that Chad Gable has to go do something else stupid and they fire Otis?
In real life, fire Otis? No, I think they would end up firing Gable before Otis.
Really?
That would be my guess. Otis, they still don't have lose. You very rarely see him lose clean. He lost to Johnny Wrestling, but Chad Gable loses all the time. He's the one that always takes the pin, as we just saw.
Right.
10:38. Are they timing these in the back?
Why were they? Have they all been 10:38?
10:45, 10:45, and 10:38.
It's funny.
3 matches and all within literally 7 seconds of each other.
That's weird.
That's nuts. Ugh. They're like, you have 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Go. Nobody cares about Sammy and Kevin. That story is about done. Seriously. It's over at WrestleMania.
What is that?
This storyline, hopefully.
Oh, this crap?
Yeah.
The Usos and Kevin? And...
I mean, obviously, Kevin and Sammy should win it and then move on with life.
Well, that's not going to happen.
You think they'll keep it going?
Probably. I would not be surprised if they did.
Still think it would be a better idea to have Sammy turn on Kevin and Cody. 9:32. So he's keeping Solo. Here comes Esther.
He's keeping Solo, but he's getting rid of the twins?
Yeah, they're on the plane. They're gone. But he told Solo to stay behind.
Oh.
He's coming out. He's closing the show down.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Cody.
That's funny. It's presented by Snickers. Chris says, we need Al Snow to come out of the woodwork and give us head. Oh, well, that was his catchphrase. He would say, what does everybody want? And the crowd would say, head. Hall of Fame 2023.
Yeah, he carried the mannequin head and wrote head on it.
That's weird.
Actually, I have a sticker of it right here.
What's that say on his forehead?
Help. Or something.
Help me? That's weird.
It's right there. It's funny you brought it up. Al Snow, 6'1", 230 pounds. Lima, Ohio. I am not crazy is his favorite quote.
Pico says, Baldies win again. Vindicator says, a shame that a pretty good match gets ruined by yet another distraction, but Ford versus Ricochet would have been more fun tonight and no distraction would come for either guy. Vindicator also says, but that would just make too much sense for this company. Dale says, if you guys seen Randy before the storyline injury last year, he has bigger muscles now and grown a beard, but that will all go away when he comes back soon.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Should be interesting.
Bigger muscles, huh?
With his back injury.
Piccolo says, what does everybody need?
Head!
Vindicator says, so EST will be in the last filler match until Roman and Cody have another unnecessary speech fest?
Yes.
Chris says, now Al Snow is jacked. He could actually have a run if he wanted to. Jacked? Like, he's got
big
muscles again, or?
Yeah, jacked. Dungeons and Dragons. I will. Hold this.
Chris says yes.
I'm not doing this for the money. Cool. We'll keep your share then.
Alrighty then. Well, if that's what you want. Weirdos. How are they supposed to pay for stuff?
Well, hopefully everybody had a good first day of spring today. We were in a blizzard.
We had a blizzard.
It hailed earlier.
It did. It rained. Let's see.
Argus was out in it.
The wind blew. It rained. It hailed. It snowed. The wind blew some more. It started a snowstorm and came down pretty good. As you guys saw, if you watched us on Instagram, I posted that there. The sun was out for like 2.5 seconds.
We had all seasons today.
We literally had everything.
If we would have had leaves, they would have fell off the trees.
True. Vindicator says, well, I'm going to check out now, guys. I'm excited to see Kenny Omega in a single match for once and Tony versus Sky Blue on Wednesday. You all take care until then. Bye.
Sky Blue getting a lot of TV time, isn't she?
She finally. Good night, Vin. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you on Wednesday. Pico says, I always get plastic surgery commercials for local ads.
Do you?
It's because of where you live in Pensacola, Florida, dude.
You need new tits. Come on down. We got discount tits.
Do you need a Brazilian butt lift? Are you waiting for bikini season?
Do you need to lose 7 pounds? Well, we can suck it out or freeze it off. Come see our experienced team. Oh, you need bigger boobies? We can take the butt out of your, or fat out of your butt and put it right into your boobs and then add butt implants. Do you want bigger abs? We have ab implants.
Piccola says, later, Vindicator. Dale says, I'm actually planning on going to AEW to meet with John Good this week.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds pretty awesome. Robbie says, D, the woman of many talents, a weather girl, LOL. Where it's like, LOL, D, LOL, laughing and laughing. Robbie's laughing. Don't hurt yourself, dude.
Lots of laughter.
Might blow out a disc
Isn't
in
that
your
what
back.
LOL used to stand for?
Laugh out loud. Lots of laughter.
Yeah.
It still stands for that.
Does it? They changed it?
They didn't change anything. I'm surprised your cat didn't hear that.
He'll hear that.
He's ready.
He's already eaten it. What he wants is this. It's gone. He ate it.
Probably.
Probably already crapped it out.
Or threw it up, one or the other.
I would have found it. Ric Flair is in the Snickers commercial.
Would you have found it?
Hopefully there's not a pile of puke somewhere in the house.
You never know where he might have puked it up at.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. We didn't get to see her come out, and her entrances are always pretty good. I like when she does that thing.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Robbie says, LOL, disc in the back. LOL. Yeah, you might blow a disc in your back.
I wonder
Be
if Carmella's
careful.
hurt again.
She get hurt doing something?
I don't know.
Here?
I didn't see her get even touched.
Well, she jumped. It got out of the way, so...
Yeah, and she didn't get touched by Esther either. Asuka's goofy. It didn't get under my skin, Corey, so... And pretty much anything will. Zombies?
They might get under your skin if they bite hard enough.
Dolls?
Dolls do creep you out. Dale says LOL is what you want it to mean. Lots of lips, LOL. Robbie says, Dumpling, what a main event. Pickle's like clowns.
So they introduced Esther.
The champion.
Then the opponents. And then Esther's teammate last.
I don't know what to tell you, sweetie. I know you hate it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say about it.
You just don't see that.
I have nothing. Pickles like and ex-wives. They sure get under my skin. Clowns and ex-wives and emus. Emus, Picola. They get under your skin too. Ravi says, Esta, laughing. People, I'd have to wonder why ex-wives get under your skin.
I kind of
you don't have any children with him.
I feel bad for Bobby because Bobby had a WrestleMania match, but then
Bray's being a crybaby.
Yeah. Chelsea's got her from behind, but then Esther rolls behind her. Oh, big shoulder.
Yeah.
She's like, oh. Talk about a dead crowd.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
That's a dead crowd that just started. She just smacked her ass to tag in.
Yes.
That's hilarious. We got a pin to win. Ducked it through Esther with a one-footed drop kick.
This is dumb. I hate it.
One guy's cheering.
He's in the front like, this is awesome! I'm in my gold jacket, bitches!
That boy good. That boy good. That boy good.
They're like, oh, they're gonna fight. Oh, Jesus. Ravi's like, it's Esta. No wonder it's a dead crowd.
I mean, dead.
It's so dead. I think I'm gonna leave.
There's one guy in the crowd cheering. Good for him.
He's really into it. He's like, yeah, this is the best shit ever. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Dropping coins. BFI.
Yeah.
Butterfinger investigators.
Butterfinger investigators. He never touches the ground when he leaves the ring.
Yeah.
This is such an old commercial. It was back when they were actually using pancakes still.
Uh-huh.
It's like 5 years ago. I was like, D, you're cheering also, LOL. Am I? Pickle's like, so I finally arrived at the Memberberry South Park episodes. Did you? You remember? Memberberries. Some of those episodes are annoying, but funny. Oh my God, what the fuck did they do to that poor woman? Somebody should... Ah!
Is that mud?
No, that was peanut butter.
Oh.
That sibling...
Where's the dog?
That sibling was putting peanut butter all over her baby brother or sister. What the fuck? Who left your children unsupervised for 2.5 seconds and that happens? Yeah, no. Pickle's like, and who is Skank Hunt 42? Skank Hunt 42. Oh my God. Isn't that Kyle's dad? Isn't it Kyle's dad? Robbie's like, South Park, did they make new shows? Oh my God. Yeah, Robbie, South Park is still on, and yes, they are making new shows. Like, they're in season, 20-something. Almost as many seasons as, The Simpsons.
Yeah, they're up there. Nowhere near that many, but yeah.
Pickle says, hello, it's pretty great. Pickle's like, I think so. Yeah, they are. They're making new shows still.
Is that Lana? Who's the redhead in the middle?
I don't know who it is. Some weird, whatchamacallit, probably. Some weird music star person, probably. Robbie says, haven't seen The Simpsons in a long time. It's still going to. New episodes.
You know, I've probably never seen back-to-back Simpsons episodes in my whole entire life. Like 2 weeks in a row. I mean, I've seen some before, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, I've never watched, multiples of it like that.
Oscar just took out Nevin in the corner.
Nevin in the corner.
Are we changing her name again? Now it's Niven. Niven.
Maybe it's just how he says it. I don't know.
The powerhouse. So just because she's overweight, they call her the powerhouse. I'm pretty sure.
She's so strong.
I'm pretty sure this one's stronger. They're not calling her the powerhouse.
Esther?
Yeah. And, Chelsea usually looks really good, but I don't think that outfit's flattering on her or something. I don't know what it is. Could just, they maybe not showing her at the right angles.
Maybe. I haven't figured out what's wrong with Esther's pants.
They're faded on the butt.
Something, right? Is that what it is?
And it could be because her butt's bigger. And it could be that it's stretched more, so the red isn't as blunt.
Yeah, but it's weird. And it's only in that one spot, and it's so distracting, but not in a good way. And I can't tell. And I think it's on her back, too, though, on her top. So I don't know if she did it that way on purpose.
Yeah.
That's how the fabric was when she made it. See how the back of her top is that way, too? And it's not stretchy there. She's really...
It's like she got drugged with an eraser. Or on an eraser.
Yeah.
Oh! Oscar just used Piper Nevin as a weapon. Uh-oh.
What the fuck? Robbie's like, D, looking at butts go on, D. Dude. You're watching this, right, Robbie?
How do you miss that?
How do you miss Esther's butt? I mean, seriously. Can you miss it?
Look at this, guys. I told you she's strong. That is her finisher to a 300-pounder.
So when you can do your finisher on big girls.
That's a good finisher.
That's a good finisher.
Just don't blow that quad.
Right?
Because she is 34 or something. 35.
Yeah, but she been working
Oscar
out,
from behind.
being strong. I mean, her butt's gotten bigger since she did that whatchamacallit stuff. Do you know what I mean, though? Yeah. Like, I mean, she was strong before, but...
She's putting strength on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asuka just took out Esther 2 weeks before Mania.
Huh.
Dick move.
Ah, jeez. Robbie's like, I didn't miss it, LOLD. You sure? Pickle's like, Super Cena, Esta. Robbie's like, it's called fixed when you can do it on big girls, LOL.
That's it.
Is it?
Kicked her right in the throat. Get it done.
Oh my God.
Does Asuka have one more title run left in her?
I don't know.
Up next, Roman Reigns. Oh, I forgot to stop my counter. Yeah, it was nowhere near 10.
I'm like, oh my God, Piccolo, man, come on. What? You want to like 20 minutes of what? Piccolo's like Asuka needs to be more violent. She needs to be extreme on the violent side. Very violent.
Yeah, what, 19 minutes left after commercials? We'll have 15.
Robbie's like, go on, Asuka. That's what Esta needs, a smash to the face. It was her throat, but close.
Get one of those little teeny dogs that are the size of like our dog's beaks.
I wonder how many more episodes of that they have left to finish.
Well, they'll probably just do one in prison.
You think they'll do one in prison?
Not a chance. They can't profit in prison. They won't let them. That would be funny shit, though. They have a reality show in prison. They're not even in the same prison.
I would not even be surprised if Grizzly talks somebody into it.
We're going to profit off this work. What I need you to do. Warden's like, okay.
Alrighty.
Like stir crazy's out there riding the bull.
Make sure.
In his white pants.
Make sure that you pay your taxes on it, though. Don't get in more trouble. Robbie's like, go on, Asuka. That's what S needs. Oh, I read that. Piccolo says, like, armbar her or start hitting her with a kendo stick or something.
Yeah. Well, she kicked her in the throat. It's pretty brutal.
That's the only violent that she could do. Most of the time, she just spits in people's faces. Robbie's like, D, what reality shows you watching now? None. I'm not watching any reality shows. We're talking about a reality show star that him and his wife have been arrested and put in prison for tax fraud for years. Like years, like 12 and like 8 years or some shit. Like, they're going to prison for a really long time. I was saying, how is it possible that they still have shows going on TV, though, is what my question was. And I said, I wonder if they have to, like, finish out because they've already had them done. And maybe because the money goes to the kids or I don't know. Anyways, I was kind of curious how that was going to be. So we were making up a narrative about what would happen in prison. That he would just have a reality show in prison is what Travis was saying. So we went off on a tangent about something that's not even happening.
Prison cell makeovers.
Prison cell makeovers. So we're not watching anything. We were talking about a people who have a reality show. And we were talking about how they would have a reality show in jail. And Travis said, they can't have a reality show in prison. They can't profit while they're in prison. And I'm like, how would it be that they would, like, have a profit, though? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, somebody could profit from it. Their trust could profit from it. Their kids could profit from it. Their family could profit from it. They may not be able to profit from it, but somebody could, right? A charity, like anything.
90% physical.
Physical, and the other half is mental.
That's like his uncle's math. Don't
smell your finger how nice the soap is. Don't come out of the bathroom sniffing your finger. Don't do that. So weird.
No matter how good the soap smells, don't come out.
No matter how good the soap smells, do not come out sniffing your finger. What the fuck?
Oh, there's going to be a weigh-in.
Oh, the weigh-in next week.
It's going to weigh in on the Richter scale.
Weigh-in.
Here it comes. That's your tribal chief.
The tribble chief.
Roman Reigns.
Old Tribble Bibble. Tribble McBibbles. Tribble McBibbles.
And if he walks slow enough.
Yeah, we can at least make this go about 10 minutes. Pickle says, I'm making these license plates. Chipped a nail. Worst day ever. Right?
That's the dad Grizzly, too.
It totally is. Pickle's like, apparently they may have signed a TV deal for so many seasons, episodes. True, right?
The kids might have to do it by themselves. Because who's going to raise the little kid? Is it going to be his mom?
He's only like 16.
I know, that's what I said. Somebody's got to have to do it.
Yeah, but she's in prison too.
Not his
Grandma.
mom. She's not.
Grandma might have to do it, yeah.
I said his mom, yeah.
It'd just be one of those older siblings. The two oldest are in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they have their own houses and shit.
But, well, the oldest has a different mom.
So the oldest boy and the oldest girl do have a different mom. Yeah. And then he had his last 3 kids, the girl, the boy, and the boy.
Savannah.
With the woman who went to prison with his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does his ex-wife raise his new wife's kid?
He's not. He's almost 18.
Well, I know. He's at an age that's critical. He needs somebody there or he'll do whatever he wants.
He needs a man. He needs a man. Robbie's like, D low-key DVRs, Grizzly knows best. I don't. Sorry, Robbie. I know you want that to be true. But no. And you know what? The last time that we've ever seen any of that was like, what, 7 years ago?
Yeah, she was young.
Oh my God. Like, dude, I know we've watched a couple of those episodes. And it's gotta have been like 7 years. Like, it has been that long since we've seen even an episode of it. So the only updates we get are the little things that happen when we're watching wrestling. So that's what's happening. Oh, that's what's happening. That's funny. Robbie's like, D, come on, man. That's gross, dude. And Piccolo says, you guys are going to miss the entrance in a few months. Yeah. Are we?
I don't know.
We're going to miss this 20-minute entrance.
I don't think this will ever go away. I don't see Roman not being the tribal chief.
Dale says, and don't write a letter to P and give it to your soulmate. He might not be able to read. Right. Don't write a letter in P. Jesus. I was like, oh, you actually watch it. No. You're talking present tense, dumbass. And I'm talking past tense. Get your shit straight, Ravi. If you're gonna fucking tease somebody about something, at least get the fucking shit straight. Like, I get it. Like all the dumb shit that you probably watch and do. Like your DJing crap. I mean, come on. Like, who does that shit? Weirdos do.
I did that.
Yeah, but not like what he does.
Yeah, not on that level.
Like, not on that level of weird.
I did it for a radio station when I was in high school, and then we did dances and stuff. Like high school dances, local. Pickle
says, my mom likes that 90 Day Fiancé, especially to shit on the Asian women. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, Pickle? Like, your mom's like being mean to the Asian women? Like, you stupid bitch, why are you getting with some dirty man from America? I don't know, just out of curiosity, like... It's like she shits on the Asian women, like how like they're dumb, or kind of I'm invested in curiosity with that one. Robbie's like, you still watched it, LOL. Exactly, I watched it 7 years ago. Like I have absolutely no idea what's happening.
The
only reason why we know anything that's happening with him is because every once in a while, their shit comes up when you're looking at other things, as in. News stuff, and that's why, oh, you know, the Grizzlies, they are now blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck? I guess they didn't pay their taxes? Like, I guess he stole a whole bunch of money? He's a real estate embezzler? Chris says Cody better not mention his daddy for the 100th time. He probably will, at least. Or somebody else will bring him up. Pico says, LOL, it's her way to relate. You know, she did it right, marrying a military man. True. She did do it right.
St. Louis.
He says, yeah, Dee, that old chestnut. You're a weirdo. Dale's like, radio, I was on the air on Q96 FM. It was our rock country radio show. Did that for 23 years.
Cody coming out immediately after the acknowledge me.
He's like, you don't get acknowledgement, little bastard.
I don't think that you should sing your own entrance theme. I think it's weird. I think the entrance theme's for the fans, not for the wrestlers. So it's kind of weird when they come out and they're singing it. 'Cause Cody does it. Other wrestlers do it here every once in a while too.
Is he singing it?
Not now. It's when they start going, whoa. You'll see it here.
Well, he has to because they have his pyro back there, so he's got to be all like, "What?"
We can still.
Seth Rollins does the same thing.
That's not his
with just one thing.
But that's the crowd's music.
That's not the crowd's music. It's part of his entrance stuff.
Yeah.
Chris says Solo with his short up to his nipple as usual.
Yeah,
you gotta cover that belly up somehow, buddy. Robbie's like, D, what you saying on this segment? Barf. Pickle's like, oop, a face-to-face. Here we go. Adrenaline in my hole. Yep, we know it's Cody Rhodes.
I feel like Cody has to wrestle and beat clean Solo before he can beat Roman. Mm-hmm. So either this Friday or next Friday.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they kept Solo here.
Maybe. Pickle says Nia Jax has no control.
Whoa.
Yeah, no control.
Yeah, she needs more control.
Cody will reign supreme.
Maybe she needs a tribal chief.
Pico says, look at him, shaking hands and kissing babies. Such a future world champion.
Right.
Picola.
Politicking.
Your sarcasm is killing me. Ew, you got a problem. You got a Cody Rhodes problem. Yeah, what's a problem? Define it.
Pump the brakes, Twinkie tits.
He's not talking. What are you doing? There's no food. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Take a step back. I'm talking to that tribal chief. The gray in his beard.
Mr. Frosty in the chat. Hey, Mr. Frosty says hello. Hello.
Hey, good to see you in here. Are you a subscriber? Subscribe.
We're just watching the last few minutes of Raw here tonight. Gross, dude. Roman Reigns and Cody talking to each other. Did you get spit on me when you hit your face? That's gross.
He's a professional wrestler. It's what we used to be.
The megastar. The megastar.
Let's look at your track record. Oh, shit.
Roman can't talk too much about his body giving up on him. He has fucking leukemia. Go lay down. Go lay down. No. Go. Careful.
What are you doing? No, no, no. No, this is a bad spot. Go
Mr.
on. Go lay down.
So what is your wrestling name? Nobody has any wrestling names. No wrestling names.
Kind of wrestling name.
Pickle's like, ew.
B-Fab.
Ew.
Okay. He ran away.
Pickle says, well, he couldn't take working with children just like Chunky Monkey Punk.
Yeah.
Dale says Cody will win because Roman is retiring this year because he is going to be doing movies. Yeah? Is that what's going to happen?
He's going to be a movie star?
He gonna
What kind of movie? Like Shaws and Hobbs twice or two?
He going to be in his cousin's footsteps? Mr. Fry says, my wrestling name would be Flappy Daddy. Yeah? That's pretty gross, man. That sounds nasty. On another scale of nasty.
Be the dick flip guy. Bring it back. Old Matt Ryan or whatever his name was.
My mean Cuban mother.
Hit him up. When he's knocked out, hit him again for good measure.
That's funny. Pickle says, I'd buy that for $1. Pickle's like, rip Cody's mama. Yeah.
Look at his eyes. You think you're ready? You're not ready. Brock. I would never leave you, Tribal Chief.
Miss President, here comes Sly Daddy, flopping in the wind. LOL. Ew, that's gross. It's nasty.
It's getting to him a little bit.
The chief without a tribe.
You see it in his eyes. He's like, shit, he is leaving me.
Nobody's leaving me.
Blood's thicker than water.
It's not true.
Is Jace gonna leave you? He just dropped the mic and walked off.
He don't want to play.
Roman don't want to play that anymore. Solo stayed in the ring, though.
Yeah.
You want some? You say when. We don't have to wait. You say when. That's what he needs. This has to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Ran into a size 15 crocodile.
They almost look like 15s. They're like boat shoes.
go.
Luna in the chat says, see you Wednesday, everyone. Bye, Luna. Give us a thumbs up before you leave.
Give it to us on Friday. Make it our main event. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Right.
Chrisley knows best.
All right. Woo! Fleshio was in here and it's gone. And Pickle's like, patience, go on. Patience.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for that wonderful Raw that everybody was looking forward to, I'm sure. As you know, we have about 12 days left until WrestleMania that's happening. We're going to have some more, whatever they call this stuff, you know, making sure that...
Go home. Storyline build
have some more storyline stuff for the next, whatever it is, right?
Pay-per-view? What are you talking about?
The next couple weeks.
Well, yeah.
We have a few shows, only a few shows left until the whole weekend of WrestleMania. Maybe they'll add more matches because that's what we all need in our lives.
2 each. Two shows. Wait, no, 3 shows of SmackDown. 2 shows of SmackDown, 1 show of Raw left, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but we'll be back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite, so join us then if you are or aren't an AEW fan. I don't care. Come on and hang out with us, watch some wrestling with us, hang out, talk, whatever. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate all of you that did.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.